Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our final episode of Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World, where today we are going to do what we do with most Tales games, and that is watch every single skit in the game back to 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 back times 297. You know, whatever. You know, it's just, it's going to be a lot of skits. And they don't seem to be categorized this time like they were in previous games. So it's just going to be 297 skits all in a row like that. And it's going to be how it goes. But I just want to say, Dawn of the New World was a fun game. I hope you guys enjoyed the playthrough as much as I did revisiting this. I mean, obviously the bonus dungeon was not the most interesting thing in the world. But the main playthrough, on the other hand, I thought was a fun revisit of the game. So it was my goal to get this game done in 2024 before the year ended. We managed to barely accomplish that. I mean, granted, the bonus episodes, not quite, but, you know, we got there. We got there. I wanted to get the main story done before the end of the year. The bonus episodes be darned. I mean, it would have been nice to get those done too, but it's okay. It's okay. Anyway, Run, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to play some skits, and I hope you guys enjoy them. We did view roughly 88% of them, I think it was, over the course of the playthrough, which means 12% of these skits will be new. They will be skits that none of us saw during the course of the playthrough. So I hope you guys enjoyed the skits, and it is time. It is time. Until next time, everyone.
Why do I feel like monsters are calling me? It's because of stuff like this that make people say it's my fault that monsters keep appearing. I've got to ignore it. It's just my imagination. But it's so hard to ignore. That guy was really amazing. Are you a dog or are you really a man? I could never say anything like that to someone. They'd only get angry at me. Wait, maybe I should have gotten angry at him. If I want to go to the Sonoa Lake bed, I need to leave town. I've never gone outside town on my own. Wonder if I'll be all right. Mom, please make sure I don't run into any monsters. I wonder if that guy is still in town. He'll probably be happy if I tell him about that girl Marta. It's strange, though. She seemed like she knew me. Have I met her before? I think I'd remember a cute girl like her. She must be confusing me with someone else. Yeah, must be. What should I do? Uncle Abba was really angry. I wonder if he'll hit me again. What should I do? I'm scared. I really should have just ignored that monster's howl. If only Lloyd hadn't attacked Paul McCosta, I wouldn't be going through all this.
Hey, don't fall behind.
I'm sorry.
What do you think you're doing walking in front of me?
Sorry.
Hey.
I'm sorry.
I'm not angry with you. Alba really laid into you. Why didn't you say anything back?
I'm sorry.
You were like that with the kids in town as well. Bullies like that will never leave you alone if you don't stand up to them. Do you understand? Nothing will change if you just take it.
I'm sorry.
What did I say about over-apologizing?
Oh, right.
I'm not blaming you. You're free to do as you choose. Just don't be so submissive all the time. Have more respect for yourself.
I can't tell if Richter's a nice guy or not. That monster joined us?
Bravo!
Huh?
Beautiful, fantastic, simply excellent. I must admit I am quite impressed.
Really?
Of course that monster is ideal for beginners. I would be rather concerned if you had failed.
Damn Lloyd. How could he do that to Richter? First he took my mother and father from me, and now he's hurt Richter. I won't let him get away with this!
This is Lloyd's mask. It's probably inspired by that play, The Phantom of the Operetta.
You think so? It reminds me more of F for Feud.
Is that the one with the twin brothers where the one is king and at the end they switch places?
You're thinking of the man in the aluminum mask. How can you get those two mixed up?
I have no idea what you two are talking about.
So, Marta, about this rat-a-tax?
It's Ratatosk, not Ratotax.
Oh, right. So this rat-a-tax?
His name is Ratatosk.
Sheesh, what's the difference?
What's the difference? How rude. How would you feel if someone were to call you Emil?
Actually, my Emil is quite the combination of strength and servility.
Well played, Lady Marta. Well played.
So much for asking about Ratatosk. Why do you think Lloyd is collecting Centurion's cores?
He could be trying to exterminate anyone who resists the Church of Martel. I bet it's something like that.
That's why he's collecting them?
I don't know. But in Palmacosta...
Palmacosta?
Never mind. Anyway, he's teamed up with the Church of Martel to oppress the people of Silverant. So he must be gathering the cores for some lousy reason or another. It makes me want to scream! Lloyd stands for lousy, with a capital L.
Yeah, and that second L in his name stands for loser.
Or even laudacious.
What does that mean?
Beats me.
Hey, Tenebrae, are you here?
Yes, I'm right over here.
Huh? Where?
Here.
Over here?
No, over here.
Wait, you mean here?
Tenebrae, stop teasing Emil.
How rude. This is part of the training of a Knight of Ratatosk. Let's see, where am I now?
Now I know why Aqua calls you spiteful.
Rats! Here I was getting all ready to visit Emil's house, introduce myself to his family, and make our status as a wonderful new couple official.
So that's why you demanded he take you to his home so suddenly.
I get it now. Emil's so shy, he must be too embarrassed to return home with his girlfriend.
That sounds like wishful thinking to me.
Quiet, Tenebrae. That settles it. I've got to get him to like me more. Hey, Emil! When's your birthday? What's your favorite food? Do you like girls with long or short hair better?
Hey, Marta, stop clinging to me.
I'm afraid this will be an unrequited love.
I wonder if I can do this.
You can. I have every confidence that you can save Lady Marta. You must believe in your powers as a Knight of Ratatosk.
But
Humans have a saying, seeing is believing.
I don't think that exactly applies here. Anyway, thanks, Tenebrae. I'll give it my best shot.
Emil, thank you.
Mm.
You saved me again. I'll always be on your side. That's a promise. So cheer up, okay?
Thanks, Marta. Wow, this wind is really something.
Right now, all sorts of strange weather patterns are happening around the world. It's all because of the joining of the worlds 2 years ago.
But everything will work out if the Centurion's cores are hatched, right?
That should be true in theory.
Wait, what do you mean, theory?
Things are not always as simple as they appear.
Huh?
I wonder who that guy was. He said some strange things. What a weirdo. I mean, it's been a long time since this town changed its name to Asgard.
Right. No human alive today could have been around then. Could he be an elf? Maybe that's how he noticed Tenebrae.
Yeah, but even elves and half-elves only live about 1,000 years tops. He must have been teasing us. Jerk.
He may actually be older than his youthful appearance would indicate.
Oh, you mean like you, Tenebrae?
Yeah, maybe that's it.
We Centurions are ageless. I will not be treated like a doddering old man.
Your hands are so warm, Emil.
You think so?
Two young hearts all aflutter. How sweet.
A flutter? Who says stuff like that anymore?
I do. You got a problem with that?
You're funny, Tenebrae.
Way to kill the moment, you two.
Alice looks like a harmless girl, but she makes a powerful impression. Maybe scary is a better word.
Watch yourself around her. She's a sadist. Actually, a super sadist.
What's a sadist?
The term sadist is related to the concept of sadism. It is the deriving of pleasure by causing pain in others, physically or mentally.
Okay. How exactly am I supposed to be careful around her?
Don't go near her. Don't speak to her. Don't respond if she speaks to you, and swear to love only me. Then you'll be fine.
What? What are you talking about?
Lady Marta's search for love is among the saddest I've seen.
Huh?
It's the saddest versus the sadist.
Ouch. Why does Alice call Hawk Hockey? It's like she was making fun of him or something.
Actually, Alice only comes up with those little nicknames for people she likes.
So the fact that Alice calls you Mart Mart must mean she likes you a lot.
No, it's the opposite for girls. That nickname means I'm on her bad list.
This is confusing.
I hate to change the subject, but Do I really come across like an old man?
Huh? Wow, you've been worrying about that this whole time?
The Chosen is a woman with blonde hair. Where can she be?
She may be the chosen, but she is still only human. Since I have not met her, sensing her will prove difficult.
I wonder what kind of person she is. Have you met her before?
I've never met the Chosen of Regeneration, and to tell you the truth, I really don't want to meet her now.
Oh, sorry I asked.
Why are you apologizing?
Because Marta's scaring me. What's wrong?
I made a total fool of myself back there. I know the Chosen was responsible for saving the world, but I couldn't stop myself from yelling at her like that. I feel really stupid.
Well, you're kinder than I am.
Huh?
Even though he helped save the world, I could never forgive Lloyd for killing my parents. I didn't think you sounded foolish at all. Actually, I was impressed.
Thanks for being such a nice guy. You're strong, you're kind, you're the greatest. I love you so much!
What? She keeps raising my pedestal higher and higher.
The Chosen helped us, even though she knew it would get her into trouble. But then, why did she try to run away from her responsibilities while regenerating the world? I just don't get it. Wow, you're really going all mushy over Colette.
No, I'm not.
R2, it's like you can't relax. Look at you, you're fidgeting.
Lady Marta, please calm down. I believe Emil was nervous, but I don't think his heart is all aflutter.
What does all aflutter mean?
It's nothing.
Oh my gosh, you're blushing! You are such a jerk! Colette, can I ask you something?
Of course. What is it?
Just be honest. How do you feel? About Emil?
Well, let's see. He's very kind, very warm-hearted.
Do you like him?
Sure.
Oh, well, I'm not giving up. I won't lose. Not to you, not to anybody.
Right. Good luck, I guess. Say, doggy.
I believe I said my name was Tenebrae.
Oh, you don't like me calling you that?
No, it's just that my name is...
I've got it. I'll call you Mr. Doggy. How does Mr. Doggy sound?
I am Tenebrae.
Oh, in that case, I'll have to settle for Tenebrae.
That's it. My reputation as a centurion is done for.
Colette just collapsed. Are you all right?
What? Oh, I'm fine.
What's so funny, Tenebrae?
Collapsing Colette. You can be quite comical when you try, Emil.
Oh, you're right. That must explain why I trip so much. Centurions are smart.
You flatter me.
Those two are going to drive me insane.
Wow, there's so many monsters here. It's creepy.
Is this also because of the Centurion's core?
No, I doubt that is the only cause. Like the situation at Lewin, unless a core is nearby, monsters should not attack a human settlement in great numbers.
Then what could it be?
It's faint, but I sense the aura of the demonic realm. Maybe this area is connected to demons in some way.
Demons?
Before Lord Ratatosk descended to this world, it was joined to Nibelheim, the demonic realm. Eventually, a door was created, and the path between the worlds was sealed. But some traces of demons still remain in this world.
Yes, I think I've seen some evidence of that.
Then should we try and do something about it?
No. The demons in this realm will probably be subdued to some degree once Lord Ratatosk awakens. We should concentrate on what we came here to do.
That's a relief. I was afraid you were going to say we had to wipe out the demons ourselves.
The baby dragon is so adorable. Her eyes are so big and round.
I wonder if you were even cuter when you were young, doggy.
I am not a puppy. However, I may not look it now, but during my childhood, the monsters in my neighborhood often discussed my level of cuteness. As a button, I believe, was the consensus.
See? I knew it.
Do centurions even have childhoods?
Or do monsters have neighborhoods for that matter?
Forgive me. I was just jealous of the baby dragon getting all the attention.
Emil, can I ask you a question?
You sound serious. What is it?
Answer truthfully. Who do you like more, me or Colette?
What are you talking about?
Just answer.
Well, that is... Tenebrae, what should I say?
You mean to say you like me best of all? I must admit I'm stunned.
That's not fair, Tenebrae. I won't let you steal him from me.
This is starting to get old. You've been here before, right?
Yes, I visited this place numerous times during the journey of world regeneration. We had an incident with a monster called Windmaster who was posing as the summoned spirit of wind.
Do you think any monsters will show up now?
Oh, don't worry, we defeated Windmaster.
Oh, okay.
Are you frightened, Emil?
Not a chance. He just can't help but feel sorry for his opponents, no matter what they might be. You were thinking it'd be better for the monsters if you didn't have to fight them, right? You're so sweet, Emil.
Yeah. Should I say something? She read into that way too much. So, Colette, just what does going into ruin mode involve?
Well, let's see. Oh, it's the Asgard ruins! Emil, state the historical background of this ruin. When Cleo III held a ritual to offer a sacrifice to the summoned spirit of wind to quell a storm that had ravaged his kingdom for a week, he did it here! Ugh! Have you learned anything at all these past 5 years? I'd say that about sums it up.
That was sort of terrifying.
Really? It's actually quite fun. I can't wait for you to see the real thing.
First like that, then like this.
Hey, Marta, about the ritual?
Don't talk to me right now, I'll forget it.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean... Don't hate me or anything, okay?
No,
Lady Marta, how are the preparations for the ritual?
I think I forgot how to do it. So, what did you think of my performance?
Well, it was the first ritual I've ever seen, so I can't really say.
No, I mean, you're supposed to say I looked cute or that I was mesmerizing, even if you don't really mean it. Never mind.
I'm sorry. It was really cute and mesmerizing, too.
Yes, that sounded quite sincere.
Forget it. I didn't really want a compliment from you anyway.
You look relieved.
Well, I'm through performing that silly ritual. I've never been good at memorizing little details like that.
But you did manage to remember it.
Yeah, but now I've forgotten it.
Already?
Do you really hate being called doggy that much?
Hate might be too strong a word. I simply feel it gives the wrong impression.
And Teneby's no good either. Well, how about Tenby?
What about Tinny? Or maybe Trey?
I vote for Bray Bray.
That's cute.
Yeah, I like it.
In that case, let's just stick with Teneby.
Were you thinking about Lloyd?
No, it's not that. I promised myself I'd save thinking about Lloyd until after all this is sorted out.
I don't think you'd need to be so strict about it.
I'm sorry.
By the way, Colette, if Lloyd is that important to you, does that mean the two of you are...
No, it's not like that. Really, it's not.
But how could Colette possibly like someone like Lloyd?
Why do you sound so heartbroken?
Um,
Fine! You know what? Well, I do love you, but I hate you!
I guess being a target of affection is difficult.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? So, where is the Balacroft Mausoleum?
If memory serves, it should be on an island to the northeast of this town.
But isn't it strange how two places so far apart would be so similar?
When the worlds of Tetha Alla and Silverant were divided, the mausoleum was located just outside of Asgard.
Actually, even before the world was split in two, a large kingdom existed where we now stand. The similarities in style between the two locations demonstrate just how vast that ancient kingdom truly was.
So this place might be connected to the Balacroft Mausoleum somehow.
It is certainly possible. Am I really that much of a stick in the mud?
I can't believe he's still thinking about that.
I honestly don't see any mud on you. But what's wrong with mud anyway? Everyone gets a little dirty now and again.
I don't think he meant that sort of mud.
Well then, what sort of mud did he mean?
No, listen. There was never any mud to begin with.
Oh, so it was more of a muck. Or maybe a slime?
So now I'm slimy.
I have to say, I prefer mud to slime myself. It's easier to clean.
Well, it would depend on where the slime came from.
Yeah, but think about your fur. Slime would stick to it, while mud would just wash off no problem.
Someone, anyone, please, make it stop!
What's the story behind... Come on, you're a man, speak up.
Well, I'm not very manly to begin with. So when I hesitate or have trouble making up my mind, it's something Marta says to encourage me.
Emil, you're not supposed to tell other people about that.
But it's true.
That's enough.
What did I say?
Never mind. Just try and be more like I imagine you to be, okay?
So, Tenabe, you're a centurion, right? What exactly makes a centurion anyway?
Allow me to explain. We centurions, numbering 8 in total, are the faithful servants of Lord Ratatosk, the Lord of all monsters. We each belong to a particular element, and with the aid of the monsters under our control, we monitor the levels of mana in the world. You might call us the guardians of the world's mana.
That sounds sort of like the Symphonian 8.
Hey, I remember that. That's the story of the 8 warriors blessed by the spirits, who fought against the sinister Dark Five, right?
That's right. And the Dark Five's leader turned out to be the long-lost father of Symphonia Red.
I used to love that story when I was young.
So that would make Tenabe Symphonia Black.
What? You mean that story was based on the Centurions? Tenebrae, that's so cool!
Does anyone else notice how the conversation gets waylaid as soon as Colette joins? Or is it just me?
Even though Colette is the chosen of regeneration, she didn't act aloof at all. She's actually pretty down to earth.
If by down to earth you mean ditzy, then yeah.
Okay, maybe she's a little spacey, but there's something soothing about her.
Oh, so she soothed you, did she?
I just found it easy to relax around her.
That sounds like soothing to me.
Why are you getting so angry?
Who says I'm angry? It's hard to get around Hakonasia with all these hills.
Yeah, I know.
When you moved to Lewin, didn't you pass by Hakonasia Peak?
We did, but I was inside a carriage, so I don't really remember it.
A carriage, huh? I get motion sickness, so I never ride in those.
You mean you've done all this traveling on foot?
Well, I started riding from time to time after I met up with Tenebrae.
Wait, I thought you just said you got sick riding in carriages.
No, I meant riding on Tenebrae.
Uh,
We're finally getting close to Palmacosta.
yeah.
It's been 6 months. It's the same for you, right?
About that, yeah.
I'll bet you're looking forward to seeing your old friends again.
My old friends?
Emil, what's wrong?
What? Oh, nothing. Do I really scare that easily?
Roar! I'd say so.
There's that spiteful side again. I can't believe Richter is a member of the Vanguard. Did you know Tenebrae?
Yes?
I just don't know what to think. If he's with the Vanguard, then he and Marta started out on the same side. But despite that, he's trying to kill her in order to take Ratatosk's core.
As Lady Marta mentioned, the Vanguard has changed. They are only concerned with gathering Ratatosk and Centurion's cores for their objective. They are our enemies. It is as simple as that.
But Richter keeps helping me out. I mean, he can be sort of gruff, even scary sometimes. But besides Ratatosk's core, everything he's said to me so far makes sense.
Emil, this is the man who is trying to kill Lady Marta.
I wonder where Marta is.
Wait a moment. I will try to sense the presence of the core lodged on her forehead.
How's it coming?
Tene.
What?
It would appear she is in the pub.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Marta, what is it?
I'm not really looking forward to meeting the widow of the Governor General.
Why not?
It's just that I've caused so much trouble for her.
You have?
Yes. If the Vanguard hadn't started meeting here, the Blood Purge might never have happened.
The Vanguard might be the ones who lit the spark. But it was Lloyd and the Church of Martel who fanned the flames into a raging inferno. Don't beat yourself up over it.
Emil, my father was...
What happened to your father? Wait, did Lloyd do something to him?
I'm sorry. Forget I said anything, okay? Let's get going to the governor's office.
Right. So, just where are the Commissra Mountains?
What? You mean you didn't learn that in school?
Huh?
Anyone from Palmacosta should know where they are.
Perhaps he wasn't paying attention in geography class. Emil is a bit of a dreamer, after all.
I see. That's okay, Emil. You could be as bright as a star or dumb as a post. It still wouldn't matter to me.
But that's sort of like saying it's okay that I'm an idiot.
Oh, I suppose it is. So the Commiser Mountains, they're just south of town. Now let's get going.
Okay.
So, Colette is not the only one who bears the title of Chosen.
Nope, both Silverunt and Tetha each have their own Chosen, but only Colette is called the Chosen of Regeneration.
I wonder what sort of person the Chosen from Tetha is.
From what I've heard, he's good-looking and has red hair. The guy we just met could have fit that description if he hadn't opened his mouth.
I don't know. As far as redheads go, I'd say Richter is about 100 times cooler.
Emil, Richter is our enemy.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I know, but...
And anyway, you're 1,000 times cooler than Richter.
Thanks.
Love is truly as blind as they say.
So, the Vanguard is trying to revive the Silverant dynasty, right?
Yes. They say that the Tetha treat Silveranti poorly because we lack a unified government.
Considering the two sides' common human heritage, why is it that Silverant is without a more central leadership?
Before the regeneration, Silverant was ravaged by the evil Desians. All the main centers of power were destroyed. After that, everyone lived in smaller towns and villages.
And did Tetha suffer a similar fate?
Their king apparently succeeded in keeping the country united.
And the Church of Martel has favored Tetha ever since the two worlds became one. Silverant has always ended up with the short end of the stick, both before the regeneration and after.
Are the people of the church really that bad?
They are if you ask me. You'll see for yourself soon enough. They've got a pretty twisted dedication to their religion.
Alice kinda acts like a child. How old is she anyway?
18.
She's that old?
And that's just what she says. She could be even older. When is she gonna grow up and ditch that creepy baby talk?
Sounds like it really bothers you.
You're a bit short on experience, so you may not know. But young ladies like Alice who flaunt their cuteness aren't generally well-liked by their female peers.
Oh, I see.
Be that as it may, there isn't a young lady alive who hasn't reveled in her own cuteness from time to time.
I'll never understand women. Why is this so hard?
What seems to be the trouble, Emil?
Oh, it's Marta. I just don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Ah, love, the tender trap.
Don't tease me. No girl's ever been interested in me before. I don't know the first thing about going out with someone.
When dating a young lady, the greatest hurdle is choosing the perfect moment to first hold hands with her. And I'd say you passed that test with flying colors.
No, I'm talking more about...
My goodness, how bold! So, you wish to take the relationship to the next level.
That's not what I said. Just forget it. I'll figure it out on my own.
Not to worry. I highly doubt Lady Marta's wishes will come true.
So, Tenebrae, you and Aqua don't get along?
That is a difficult question.
It is?
It's true that we are currently in opposition, but I must not allow personal feelings to dissuade me from my task of reawakening Lord Ratatosk.
She didn't seem to like you all that much, considering she called you spiteful and everything.
You humans have an old saying, love and hate are two sides of the same coin.
Don't think I've heard that one.
It is quite true. Being popular with the ladies is rough, let me tell you.
This village is so peaceful, and the air is so clean.
I don't know. It's almost too quiet, and the air feels charged.
This is the village of Oracles, home of the Mana lineage. The souls of the Chosen who perished in failed attempts at world regeneration may still haunt these grounds.
Yeah, that must be it. It's just the sort of village I'd expect Lloyd to come from.
Shut up, Tenebrae.
So I finally understand who the Desians were. But why did you sound disapproving of Isalia's non-aggression treaty with them?
What did the treaty mean anyway?
It was an agreement that the Desians won't attack the village. Isalia was the only place to make such a deal. It wasn't fair. All the other towns were pillaged by the Desians over and over again.
So, how was Isalia able to make a treaty with them?
Beats me. Whatever they did, they're lucky. They got off a lot easier than everyone else.
I wonder what Lloyd's father is like.
He contributed 1/2 of Lloyd's genetic makeup, so I imagine they share similar physical characteristics.
Well, duh! Emil's wondering what sort of person was the man who raised Lloyd.
Yeah, and I'll bet he has spiky hair and a face just like an older version of Lloyd. Marta, is that flower in your hair real?
Why do you ask?
Well, I was just thinking. It never seems to wilt.
Exactly. They're just accessories. Actually, they belong to my mother. She wore them in her hair on her first date with my father.
Oh, I see.
These little flowers brought my mother and father together. And now they've brought us together, too.
There she goes again.
Tenebrae, what were you and Noish talking about?
Oh, just a humorous anecdote. Last week, when Noish was drinking down by the riverbed, the most unbelievable thing came drifting down the river.
Well, what was it?
That's just it. You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Oh, I can't. Oh, it almost hurts.
What is it?
Hurry up and tell us.
Well, you see, it was a... Oh, no, it was nothing, really.
Tell us!
I just...
That is... What?
What?
Oh, it's nothing.
nothing.
I wonder if that was too harsh.
Emil must be angry with me.
But Marta refuses to see the real me.
I haven't been paying attention to who Emil really is. Of course he'd be upset.
What sort of places were these human ranches?
It's where they used to make X-spheres, devices that raised a person's abilities to their fullest potential.
So they were like factories?
From what I heard, they were more like labs for human experiments. The X-spheres were apparently stones, activated by human suffering. So they implanted X-spheres in people, then tortured them in all sorts of ways.
The hearts of men are more terrifying than any monster.
Huh?
Oh, just the ramblings of a spiteful centurion. Emil, is something wrong? You're looking rather sad.
No, I'm fine. It's just... Is Marta really okay with the way things are?
I see. You miss hearing, "I love you, Emil," all the time.
That's not it at all. I just didn't know girls could change their minds so quickly.
In other words, you want her to be more cuddly.
No, just forget it. You really are a spiteful old nag, you know that?
Spiteful old nag? There doesn't seem to be any sign of young Paul.
This place is way too dangerous for a child. We've got to find him fast.
Yeah, I hope he's all right. Well, let's hurry up and start looking.
Thank you for saving Paul.
Oh, I mean, we just did what anyone else would have done.
Oh? Most people wouldn't risk coming to a place like this for a child they scarcely know.
Well...
What's with you? I thought you didn't care about Lloyd's apprentice. And do you have to get all googly-eyed every time you meet a pretty lady?
Did you say something?
Forget it.
So Rain was Lloyd's teacher.
Looks that way.
That murderer's teacher.
Calm yourself, Emil.
I know.
What were you like in school? Were you a good student?
Well, I didn't go to school when I was in Lewin.
What about in Palmacosta?
I don't really remember. What about you, Tenebrae? Do Centurions go to school?
What do you think?
You really know how to change the subject, don't you? So you weren't a very good student. Sorry to bring up such a sore subject.
What is it, Emil? You look puzzled.
I was just thinking about something I found strange about Rain.
Strange.
Yeah, I thought she'd be really scary when she was scolding Paul, but she wasn't at all. When my aunt and uncle scolded me, it was terrifying. I hated them for it.
Perhaps you sense the love behind Rain's words.
Oh, yeah. I guess my aunt and uncle didn't really love me.
Tenebrae, stop that! You're only going to make him more depressed, talking about things that you don't know about, like love.
How rude. I will have you know that I understand love perfectly well. Love is a brand of egoism that ignores the feelings of its mark while insisting on its own selfish demands.
Yes, what is it?
Oh, it's nothing.
If you have nothing to say, don't call out to others.
Sorry.
I thought you weren't afraid of Rain.
She used her teacher voice on me. I couldn't help it.
So, Rain, you're a half-elf, right?
Do the two of you fear half-elves as well?
I was always taught that half-elves were evil, but you don't seem any different from us.
I leave it to you to form your own opinions of me.
To be honest, half-elves do sort of frighten me. But I don't want to think you're a bad person just because of your race. Some humans are bad people too.
I see.
What complicated creatures these humanoids are.
You really are a fascinating creature, Tenebrae. May I touch you?
If you wish.
Ooh, you don't feel quite like a cat or a dog, or even Noish. I've never felt anything so soft. So this is what it's like to touch darkness.
You are too kind, really.
Whoa! Your skin stretches this much? Ah, this texture can only mean you're a shapeshifter.
You must be quite experienced to make such deductions from a single touch.
Your way of speaking is quite interesting as well.
Your interest is flattering.
So, when Colette was talking about maniacs, did she mean you, Rain?
It's true that Colette and the others have often accused me of being an archaeology maniac. But what about the term maniac made you think of me?
Oh, it's just that Colette mentioned a friend of hers who seemed to act like a totally different person near ruins.
Like a different person?
Yes, she described her friend's transformation as berserk, crazy, insane, frightening, dangerous, monstrous, inhuman, reckless, disturbing, and completely out of control, if I am not mistaken.
And you're saying that's what I'm like, Emil?
What? She didn't... Tenebrae, stop doing things like that! Genus, you and Rain are siblings, right? So that would make you a half-elf too.
Yeah, though I'd think that was pretty obvious. Half-elf. What, the two of you don't like half-elves?
I don't mind the two I've met so far.
Well then, that's good enough for me. We usually get dirty looks when people find out what we are.
Was it that way with Lloyd?
Lloyd's the kind of guy who couldn't care less if you were a half-elf or anything else for that matter.
He is?
So this is what you've been up to. No wonder you've been away from Isalia an awfully long time.
With everything people are saying about Lloyd these days, I figured I should get the story straight from him.
I see. Well, I'm glad we ran into each other.
Yeah. By the way, notice anything different about me?
What could it be?
Come on! Can't you see I'm taller? Take a good look. My voice is even a little deeper.
You don't say. How much taller are you?
A 1/16 of an inch.
Hey, Genus, why do you use a kendama as your weapon?
Lloyd made it and gave it to me for my birthday. It helps me concentrate when I use magic.
So you just started using it as a weapon after that?
Sort of. See, once when I was playing with it, the string broke and the ball hit Lloyd smack in the head.
Really?
Colette took one look at Lloyd passed out on the ground and said I'd found the perfect weapon.
I thought these people were supposed to be friends. The cores must really be powerful if they can freeze an oasis in the middle of the desert like this.
If this keeps up, it won't be long before you can hammer a nail with a frozen banana.
A nail? With a banana?
Yes, an experiment quite popular when I was a child. I wonder if they still do that sort of thing in schools these days.
Not that I can remember.
If you ask me, I'd rather eat the bananas than use them in experiments.
I suppose you're right.
Aren't you cold?
Yeah, it's freezing. It's not even dark yet and it's already this cold. How stupid is that?
If we don't do something, and fast, I'm gonna freeze up solid.
Really, Genus? I thought the cold didn't bother you all that much.
That was just when I was a kid.
You still look pretty much like a kid to me.
Who asked you? I'm gonna have my growth spurt any day now.
Snow in the desert. I do hope the desert's ecosystem will be all right. The majority of creatures that make their home here should be able to weather the cold, but still.
I hadn't expected Mana would be this far out of balance. Lord Ratatosk would be horribly dismayed at this state of affairs, I'm sure.
But it's so romantic! Arm in arm with your significant other. It's the perfect place for a stroll.
Significant other? Yeah, maybe me and Persea could...
I think we just got a glimpse of Genus's true colors.
Wow, Tenebrae, that was the first time I saw you turn into a fishing rod.
Truly fascinating.
What else can you change into? A dog?
Please. I have been called the Centurion of 1,000 Faces. I could even become a jaw-droppingly beautiful woman if I so chose.
A beautiful woman?
Yeah, right.
I'd never actually gone fishing before that.
Oh yeah? That's pretty rare for someone who grew up in Palma Costa. I mean, it's right on the water and all.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what did you think?
It wasn't easy getting a bite, and it was tricky knowing when to reel in and when to let out the line.
That battle of wits between hunter and hunted is fishing's greatest joy. You'd never learn the thrill of the hunt fishing for Lady Marta, though. She's far too easy a catch.
Well, excuse me!
Ratatask mode, huh? It can't be easy making a pack that changes your whole personality, on top of giving you new powers.
Indeed. I'm sure Emil has his hands full simply controlling the power he receives from Ratatosk, which is why he often can't control his own emotions.
Then he's just like Rain when she's in ruin mode, giving in to her desires, unable to control her maniac urges. Ow, that hurts!
Just like me. Could that mean he has another self sealed away inside him? If so...
What's wrong?
It's nothing. No! Such an invaluable cultural treasure. These poor ruins.
Here comes ruin mode.
Rain truly is a multifaceted individual.
Are you really that upset that the ruins are ruined?
Whoa, Emil, careful what you...
Of course I am! Do you mean to say you're unaware of the cultural, the historic, the scientific value of the Triad ruins? Listen closely. The Triad ruins first came to prominence 2 regenerations ago, when the spirit Ifrit summoned his hellfire and...
Oh, great. We're in for it now. So I guess Emil really has it in for Lloyd, huh?
You still believe in him even after you saw how he behaved?
Here's what I think. Lloyd wouldn't be doing these things without some reason.
I guess.
I had a friend I failed to believe in at the final moment, when it mattered most. That's why I've got to find Lloyd and hear what he has to say. I won't give up till I've talked with him. We'll see if my trust in him holds up after that.
I'm jealous of you, Genus.
Huh?
I could never do anything like that. Confronting someone that you know has changed? It's too much for me.
Damn that Lloyd! He played us!
I know! And what's the deal with those stupid masks?
I am more curious about that odd poster. Is it something Lloyd drew himself?
But Lloyd always hated those portraits of himself. I wonder what happened.
He did?
Yes. The image resembles wanted posters of Lloyd that were circulating during our previous journey. It always made him angry to see them.
But people change.
That's the sort of change I can do without.
Too small for me, I'm afraid.
Huh?
A size 4, that is.
Rain!
Ready when you are.
Prismic Star!
Hey, Marta, what's Isolde like?
It's a small seaside town that thrives on fishing. They have the second largest yearly catch in all of Silverant. The different seafood products they make there are known the world over. And everyone who visits buys Isolde's most famous souvenir, red blowfish cakes. Wait, why do I know all this stuff anyway?
Lady Marta, you have discovered one of the Centurion of Darkness's 7 hidden talents. I call it Midnight Hypno-Study. It would appear my hours of whispering random facts in your ear as you sleep have finally paid off.
Isn't that sort of a useless hidden talent?
Seriously! Brainwash me into knowing something useful next time!
Isolde.
What's wrong, Rain? You look sort of pale.
It's nothing. I just have some bad memories of it.
It may not be much, but I'll do what I can to protect you.
Thank you. Though some things you can't really protect against.
Calm down, Marta. Count to 10.
Marta, are you okay?
I'm fine. I made up my mind. Things are different between us now. So, I'll just...
Being popular is no cakewalk, huh?
I thought you were perfect, but now that I know you can't cook, I somehow feel closer to you.
I'm not really a bad cook.
No, it's just that her curiosity gets the better of her.
What do you mean?
Like one time, she tried to develop spicy chocolate, and another time it was candied pickles.
New discoveries are only made when we question conventional wisdom.
Perhaps it would be wiser to first question your sense of taste.
Maybe tonight's main course should be slow-roasted centurion.
Sis, Come on, calm down.
Rain really can't swim?
Yep, she sinks like a lump of lead. It doesn't matter if it's an ocean or a stream. She hates water. She kinda tries to hide it, though.
Lead, you say? I certainly wouldn't expect that to float.
Right. That's why we sometimes call people who can't swim leadheads.
Well, that explains it then. Who could hope to swim with a head that heavy?
You think it's her head that causes her to sink?
Doesn't it stand to reason? Plus, depending on where she would swim, the lead could contaminate the local supply of drinking water.
Huh?
I must admit my surprise. I would never have imagined Rain to be made of metal. If that's the case, it might be possible to classify her as a new breed of monster.
Well, she is like a monster when she's in ruin mode. Hey, Marta, does Emil really go into Ratatosk mode this often?
I don't think it used to happen quite so much. I wonder if there's something keeping him on edge.
Maybe having my sister and me around all the time is stressing him out.
I don't think that's it, but I'll ask him.
Okay, thanks.
Let's go see what the captured arsonist has to say. That should prove to be the key to this whole affair.
Hey, Genus, could you tell me a little about Regal?
Well, we got to know him when he traveled with us on the Journey of World Regeneration 2 years ago. He's the type of guy you can always depend on.
And as president of the world-famous Lazareno Company, he's well-respected wherever he goes.
But he was a prisoner the first time we met him, too.
What?
It almost seemed like he started to enjoy being locked up.
I wish you were joking, but I think you might be onto something there. He's mentally exhausted. We have to do something, and quickly.
I must confess, you continue to fascinate me. If we could only tap into your memories, the mysteries of the ancient world would be at our disposal.
It's incredible how dramatically Rain changes from moment to moment.
Is it? I barely notice anymore. What I thought was odd was when she was needling you with all those questions earlier.
Really? The way she is now seems a lot weirder than that.
I don't know. There was something very curious about her interest in you.
No way! She was definitely weirder just now.
Genus, Marta, may I ask what you find so odd, very curious, and definitely weird about me?
Nothing at all.
Did you visit the place we're heading to right now during your journey of regeneration?
No, we did our fair share of traveling then, but there were plenty of places we didn't see.
Really?
Well, it's not like we were sightseeing, but I'm pretty sure we passed through all the major towns.
Oh, I just figured you guys had pretty much been everywhere there is to go.
I think Tenebre's seen more of the world than we have. He's been alive a really long time.
If you insist on treating me like a senile old buffoon, I have nothing to say to you.
He's very sensitive about his age.
Still, it can't be much longer before all his fur goes white.
How rude, especially coming from someone with a full head of white hair.
It's silver. Old people are so grouchy. This area has a lot of herbs.
You're right.
Herbs? I've never liked them much.
Why's that?
Well, they smell weird for one thing, and they're usually too spicy or bitter for me. They just don't taste good.
I guess you're still a child in that regard.
I am?
As you get older, you learn to appreciate the more bitter flavors.
Yes, darkness and bitterness are the two principal flavors of adulthood.
I don't think darkness is technically a flavor.
In other words, since Tenebre's the Centurion of Darkness, that means he's old.
Okay, Emil. Just be straight with me. How do you feel about Marta?
How do I feel? Well, I guess...
Don't say it.
Huh?
Are intra-party relationships off limits?
It's not that. Such questions must never be answered plainly. Any response should be vague so as to create intrigue and suspense. Is this not the essence of any good soap opera?
You know, spiteful may be the perfect word for Tenebrae.
What are you reading, Genus?
There's lots of strange equations.
Well, with all this searching for Lloyd and the Centurions, I've really gotten behind on my studies.
You mean you study this stuff on your own time?
Why not? It's fun. You should try it.
Which reminds me, this little trip must be quite the vacation from school for the two of you.
Yes, but if it means saving the world, we can put off school for a while, right?
No, I'm afraid that won't do. I am a teacher after all. I'll see to your studies.
What?
I will see to your studies.
Yes, ma'am.
I had no idea the Nasdrovier poison could be that strong.
It's called the Light Frog.
Right, the Nasdrovier doesn't usually knock people out for that long.
I believe you mean the Light Frog.
Maybe the Nasdrovier strengthened its defenses when Berg struck it, resulting in a stronger poison.
Light Frog!
All the more reason to be extra careful around all monsters, not just the Nozdrovier.
Fine. I see how it is. I get it.
Tenebrae.
Finally, we can get on the boat.
I hope we're doing the right thing.
Emil?
Is something troubling you?
Emil, come on!
What's Lloyd Irving doing over there?
What? Where? Show yourself, Lloyd!
I don't believe the problem is with his hearing.
What's wrong with him?
I never imagined we would be reunited under these circumstances.
And we never expected to find you behind bars again.
I know, seriously. I thought for sure you'd be busy issuing orders from Lazareno HQ.
In addition to my duties as president, I'm also working as chairman on the board of a startup company. We're hoping to develop this new business mainly in Silverant. I was traveling around to get a feel for the market.
Oh, that's right. Even though it's a Tetha Alla-based company, Lazareno is popular with Silveranti.
The efforts they invested into rebuilding Palmacosta must be playing a big role.
Many Tetha Allans continue to treat Silveranti like savages. If my company can help change that way of thinking, it will have served its purpose.
But thanks to the conflict with Tetha Alla, half-elves aren't persecuted as much as they used to be.
Yes, half-elves have become valued for their knowledge. The overall situation is unfortunate, but perhaps it can also be an opportunity.
Looks like we both have a few problems that must be dealt with.
But our problem right now is Lloyd.
Yes. I wonder what he's up to right now.
Regal, you seem so mature.
Yeah, you're incredibly polite, kind, and strong, too.
We're not all that dissimilar. Our only difference is I've been alive a little longer.
You would do well to follow his example, Emil.
You're one to talk, Tenebrae. You've been around way longer than Regal, and all you do is nag and complain.
Yes, I'm an old fogey, I know.
Hey, Regal?
What is it, Marta?
So you know that letter Rain gave you? I mean, was it really about, you know?
I hardly think it would be at all proper to reveal its contents. Rain, like all women, is entitled to keep her secrets private.
Private secrets? Like a confession of her love for you?
I'll leave that to your imagination.
Oh my gosh, no, I have to read it! Regal, can I ask you something?
Sure, what's on your mind?
I want to know what makes men tick. Guys are always rejecting me, saying I'm annoying or too serious or whatever.
Any man who would say such things is not worthy of your time. You are a charming young lady.
But...
I cannot claim to be much of a strategist, but I have learned that sometimes it may be better to pull back when being assertive doesn't work.
Pull back.
However, if your question has anything to do with Emil, then...
Okay, I've got it. I'll start with the pulling.
Cut it out, Marta. Why are you yanking on my arm all of a sudden?
That was quite a catch. No marlin I've ever caught can compare.
It certainly was enormous. For a moment, I believed I might snap in too.
Fishing is really more fun than I thought it would be. I'd like to try it again sometime.
I shall be happy to give you some lessons. Ocean fishing is enjoyable, to be sure, but you simply must experience stream fishing.
You mean it? That would be great. You almost sound like you could be my father, Regal.
Your father?
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean...
Ha ha! Welcome to the Old Fogey Club.
I hope this works.
Don't worry about it. If this doesn't work, we'll just think of something else.
Marta's right. Even if we are incorrect and discover that seafood gels are not the cause, that is still progress.
Yeah, you're right. I really need to stop being discouraged so easily.
You're doing it right now. You've got to stop that. There's nothing wrong with you. You're only worried about what'll happen because you care about the rest of us. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
The two of you complement each other most impressively. Marta fills in your missing pieces, Emil.
Hear that?
Yeah, Thanks for always looking out for me.
I had forgotten how much boats sway.
Tenebrae, are you seasick?
Well, yes.
I guess not even centurions are immune to seasickness.
It looks that way.
What? Marta, not you too.
I told you. I get motion sickness.
If only I had some of my company's patented motion sickness medication. Why don't the two of you lie down in the cabin for now?
Good idea.
Oh, curse this awful vessel.
It's just like at Palmacosta. How could he do something so horrible?
Emil.
Damn it, Lloyd. Where are you?
He couldn't have gotten far. Let's track him down before he can leave town.
Does anyone else smell that?
Yeah, something sure stinks.
It smells like an attempt to take a masculine fragrance and strengthen it to ludicrous levels.
I think it's coming from Emil.
What?
It's not me. It's this ode to seduction stuff that guy Dex forced on me.
Ode to seduction?
You put that stuff on? That's so creepy.
Well, I mean...
My apologies. I believe that is one of my company's products.
What?
I'll send an order to the factory to halt production immediately. This odor is a menace.
Just what sort of corporation is the Lezareno Group anyway?
If I may bring up our previous discussion.
Huh? Which one?
You mentioned that I was so cold-hearted. Though it may seem that way, in actuality, I am quite kind.
Oh, that.
Yes. For example, if a monster is near death and suffering, I do not hesitate to use my powers to bring them under my control. And in battle, I always make sure to finish off an opponent, no matter how much they beg, before they have a chance to regret fighting me.
And that's being kind?
Yes. Among centurions, I am known for my moderation.
How could Lloyd not answer me?
You still want to save him somehow, don't you?
He is my friend.
What kind of person was Lloyd before?
Well, he was an optimistic, straightforward, and compassionate young man. He followed his heart, so he tended to act without thinking through his actions, but I found that innocence to be a positive trait.
That doesn't sound anything like the Lloyd I know.
That may be. I wish I could somehow introduce you to the Lloyd I once knew. Maybe then you'd understand how confused I am at this situation.
The flow of time cannot be reversed. No, there are those who can manage the task, but for humans it's exceedingly difficult.
Indeed, and as much as I long to see the Lloyd of old, we must deal with him as he is now. My apologies for having broached such a topic.
I'm so jealous.
Why's that, Marta?
I was just thinking what it would be like to be in a mature relationship like Regal and Rain. I mean, it's so exciting.
A mature relationship? You mean like having meddling in-laws? Being so poor you have to share a tiny piece of bread between the two of you? Huddling under a single blanket to ward off the cold at night?
That's so romantic.
I was trying to be funny. It's so cold.
Yes, though it's much warmer here than it was before.
It's hard to believe things like this happen just because Ratatosk is asleep.
Lord Ratatosk brought us, the Centurions, together to command the monsters and restore balance to the mana flow. It's the only way to maintain stability in a world where mana didn't originally exist.
What do you mean by that?
Isn't mana the source of all life?
According to Lord Ratatosk, initially this world was without mana, as the mana from the comet Darius Carlon accumulated here. The giant Carlon tree took root and forever changed the environment of this world.
How long ago did that happen?
Let's see, about 10,000 years ago at the very least.
That long ago. It boggles the mind to think about it.
Are you serious? The Temple of Ice again?
I know. If we just hung out there a bit, we might have caught the accessory shop owner in the first place.
This sort of inconvenience is not uncommon. Anyway, I'm afraid we don't have much choice.
It just seems like a waste of time.
Hopefully we'll get an option to just quick jump there.
Quick jump?
Ah, never mind.
So Celsius was here, but now she isn't?
I'm not sure. A friend of mine is a summoner who once made a pact with Celsius, and the summoned spirit hasn't been seen here since.
So that means Celsius is still with that summoner?
That is the most likely explanation. However, summoned spirits, unlike humans, are not physical entities, so I imagine they don't exactly stay with summoners in the strictest sense.
Do centurions have much in common with summon spirits?
More so than we do with humans. As I am not a spirit myself, it's difficult to say exactly.
Summon spirits. I would have liked to see Celsius, or any of the other summon spirits. Regal killed the one he loved with his own hands. I wonder how it happened. If I end up fighting Richter, will I be able to when the time comes? Wait, I'm not in love with Richter or anything. It's not like that. Not that I don't like him or anything. Actually, I like him a lot, but I don't even know what I'm thinking anymore.
Emil, is something wrong?
What? No, I'm fine.
Huh? You really have a knack for falling into pits, Sheena.
Hey, it's not like I threw myself down that thing for the fun of it. By the time I realized that hole was there, it was already too late.
I thought it might just be part of your destiny as a descendant of the Fujibayashi line.
Very funny. Besides, what kind of crummy destiny would involve falling into holes?
Well, your ancestry could have a long history of falling into life's pitfalls.
Man, that guy reeked to high heaven.
Yes, that was his ode to seduction.
Sorry to interrupt this fascinating discussion, but if it continues much longer, our enemies are bound to catch up with us.
Oh, okay, I get it. You want us to stop talking, right?
Exactly. I hereby proclaim a ban on speaking.
I can't stand it. I just can't be so quiet for this long.
Excuse me if I'm mistaken, but as your profession is akin to that of a spy, I'd imagine that silence would occasionally be essential in your line of work?
You sure talk a lot for a dog.
I am not a dog, I am a centurion. We centurions are not summoned spirits, nor are we animals, but rather...
Shh, if we keep yapping like this, we'll get caught.
But...
Speaking ban in effect.
My, this is wonderful. If only we could travel this quietly all...
Quiet!
Oh, right. My apologies.
Sheena, it's been far too long.
That's for sure. The last time we met was...
At the unveiling of Josette's restoration plan.
Right, that's it!
Were you on some kind of mission in Flanor?
No, I didn't have any official business to attend to. I was looking for Lloyd, and just happened to be there when Flanor came under attack.
You've been looking for him as well.
Aren't you worried about him?
Yes, I am.
Emil!
What?
Oh, nothing.
Huh?
Emil, Lady Marta is indicating she is happy.
Yeah, but about what?
She is pleased you were genuinely concerned for her welfare.
But that was...
As a man, you must now take responsibility.
Huh?
Those who carelessly spark false hope in a young lady's heart are doomed to scorn and resentment.
Who said I was trying to do anything like that?
The world tends to side with young ladies. I urge you to proceed with caution.
Tenebrae, you managed to surpass spiteful and graduate straight to malicious. Tokyo's so huge. I bet you could get lost here pretty easily.
This was the capital of Tethe'ala when the world was still divided in two. So both people and goods gather here.
Ugh, it's no wonder that people in Tethe'ala look down on us.
Marta?
No town in Silverant can even come close to this size. We don't even have a leader to unite the people as a proper country.
But Silverant was ravaged by the Desians. The prosperity we Tethe'alans have enjoyed was at the expense of your people. If anything, we should be making every effort to repay what we've taken from you. Please forgive us.
Oh, that's not what I meant. I wasn't blaming the Tethe'alans. I was just thinking we're going to have to build a city to equal Tokyo ourselves.
You're amazing, Marta.
Hey, you're Silveranti too, so we're in this together.
Right.
Centurions are such mysterious creatures.
You got that right. I mean, they just return to their altars when they're injured.
Actually, when they are inflicted with so much damage that they revert to their core state, they're supposed to return to Ratatosk himself.
Then Tenebrae is with me?
But Ratatosk is also currently in core form, without his powers. He doesn't have the strength to heal the Centurions. So Tenebrae returned to his altar. Or at least that's what they said.
You mean the other Centurions?
Yeah.
Wait, so if Ratatosk wasn't taking his nap, there'd be no need to go to the Temple of Darkness?
If Ratatosk was awake, we wouldn't be on this journey in the first place.
Oh, right.
Hey, do you think Tenebrae is really okay?
Yeah.
He's just changed back into a core, right? He's not dead or anything, right?
No, he's not dead!
You don't have to yell at me, you know! Sorry.
A Centurion can always be revived as long as their mana source doesn't dry up. They're like summon spirits in that way. The Centurions say it's not a question of his being alive or dead.
Okay, I get it. I'm sorry. I shouldn't panic just because I don't understand.
No, I like you better angry than meek and apologetic.
Emil in Ratatosk mode tells it straight like a man.
I guess it makes sense that the Temple of Darkness would be so dark.
Are you scared?
Not scared, exactly.
Dark places always make you wonder what might be hiding in them.
There isn't much that scares me, though, thanks to all the training I've been through.
Sheena, there's something on your back.
What is it?
It was just a cobweb.
Oh, cobwebs, right. Don't startle me like that.
That's some training. Damn, Alice! How could she do this to Tenebrae? Next time I see her, I'm gonna tie her up and toss her butt into Flanor Harbor.
You're too soft. I'd sling a rope around her and hang her from the tops of the Fuji Mountains.
I understand how you both feel, but I can't say I approve of your choice of words. Harsh words are evidence of troubled minds.
Okay then, the next time I have the pleasure of a rendezvous with Lady Alice, I would truly enjoy the opportunity to politely wrap her up with ropes and kindly submerge her in the beautiful waters of Flanor Harbor.
Damn it! What's with this hidden door crap? When I find it, I'm smashing it to pieces.
Emil, humans have a saying, a wise head makes a closed mouth.
And what's that supposed to mean?
I'm not sure.
Placing the control mechanism for a secret door adjacent to that door would be of little value. This can only mean that the switch is in a remote location.
Oh, I see. But you're using that wrong.
My apologies.
And what's with the impression of Tenebrae anyway?
I miss him.
Then we'd better stop wasting time and find the real thing.
Yeah.
I need to find Marta and have her hatch Tenebrae's core fast.
What is it, you two?
Tenebrae, welcome back.
We really missed you.
Oh my. Well, I am sorry for causing concern.
Is that all you gotta say? Show some emotion. Is old age making us a little grumpy?
How rude. I would ask that you not treat me like an elderly dimwit.
Look, he's getting angry. It's really him.
Yep, I wouldn't have him any other way.
What happened while I was gone?
That's weird. When did I pick up Tenebrae's core?
Is something wrong, Emil?
Well, yeah. My memory is...
Your memory?
No, it's okay. It's nothing. My memory of when I arrived at the Temple of Darkness is really hazy. Why? Hey, Mom, do you...
Huh?
I'm sorry. That just sort of came out. I guess it's because you seem sort of mom-like.
You think I'm motherly? Are you implying that I'm old?
No, not like that. I mean, you were really kind and grown up and stuff, and I don't know, kind of like the middle-aged women who lived in my neighborhood.
What?
Yeah. Hey, Tenebrae, help me out here.
You see, on some level, Emil feels a sort of attachment toward you as a mother. And as we know, a powerful symbol of motherhood is the breast. The young man is simply expressing his appreciation for your ample bosom.
Huh? Is that how you've been looking at me? You creep!
You jerk, you perv! How could you? I hate you!
I guess reawakening didn't change you, Tenebrae.
How was the Temple of Darkness?
It was really dark.
It is, after all, the resting place of my altar. One should expect some darkness.
That's right, you're a dark elemental.
Darkness is quite pleasant. It wraps the world in a warm, black blanket. It would seem, though, that my altar was converted into a temple of some sort during my sleep.
I think it was Crucius that built the temples.
Crucius is that institution in the heavens where Goddess Martel lives, right?
Yes, I suppose that describes it well enough.
So the Church of Martel's followers turned the Centurion's altars into temples.
Indeed. It's rather rude to remodel someone's home without asking permission. They've ruined the bleakness of my magnificent lair.
What's the big deal? It's still plenty dark.
The quality of the darkness is as different as night and day. Can you truly not appreciate that fact?
I guess some differences are too subtle for we humans to perceive.
So who is Celis?
Celis is the half-sister of Zelos, the Chosen.
She has a frail constitution. Without the aid of an X-sphere, even everyday activities are difficult for her.
X-spheres. Those stones with mysterious powers, right? And they were made by the Desians.
Yes. They allow people to amp their abilities to their full potential. Both of us have one.
The king has issued an order demanding the surrender of all X-spheres. So we'll have to return these as well someday.
At any rate, Celis didn't waste any time in giving her X-sphere back. And that's why Zelos has been so worried about her.
When Celis is involved, the Chosen has a tendency to lose his composure.
Anyone so much as touches a hair on her head, and he'd hunt them down to the gates of hell itself.
Wow, that's so dashing. I wish I had an older brother like that.
Damn them. I don't care if they're the Vanguard or what. Anybody who even looks at Celis the wrong way is gonna answer to me. After I string them up by their necks from the summit of Mount Fuji, I'll tie them to a sack of bricks and dump them into Flanor Harbor.
Wow, Rico and Sheena weren't kidding.
Yeah,
What did they say?
They said you cared a lot about your sister.
that you'd never forgive anybody who hurt her.
Essentially, they said you seem to have a thing for your sister.
Regal, Sheena, come here a sec.
No, that's not what we meant.
Tenebrae!
Oh, why hello, Miss Jubilees. I see you're keeping that sumptuous body of yours in top shape.
Say it again and I'll smack you.
Ow! You always warn me after you do it. Nice to see you haven't changed, Sheena.
Nice to see you still can't have a conversation without slobbering over breasts.
The Chosen's personality is the picture of constancy.
You haven't changed a bit yourself, Duke Bryant.
Chosen, we just saw each other the other day at the salon of Countess Rattenmeyer.
He was checking out her voluptuous aristocratic curves, no doubt.
What's that, Sheena? Do I detect a note of jealousy?
What?
It's almost as if they'd never been apart.
So this is the Vanguard's base. Man, what a total dump.
Making it ornate would serve little purpose.
But what kind of scum locks a guy's poor sister up in a diseased rat hole like this?
You were expecting one of those immaculate, luxurious revolutionary soldier camps?
A little of you goes a long way, Tenny.
I might say the same thing about you, sir.
You got that right.
Come on, guys, where's the love? Sheena was an assassin, right? What's she doing falling into a low-tech trap like that?
From what we've heard, she struggled with this a bit in your previous journey as well.
And this isn't the first time it's happened on this trip either.
For real?
Yeah, which reminds me, I've seen more pitfalls on this one trip than I have in my entire life.
So fill me in. How is dragging this tyke around with us gonna help us rescue Celis?
Hey!
No, I don't mean you, Marta, sweetie. I was talking about our little daydreamer over here.
Sorry.
I don't know how you can be such a limp noodle with this lovely little lady fawning all over you like she does.
Hey! I won't let you talk about my night like that.
Whoa, kid, for a dim bulb, you sure put the moves on quick.
No, it's not like that.
It's not?
Wait, I mean, huh?
Ah, there's nothing like young love.
I'm worried about Celis, but I really hope Sheena's okay too.
I know. Why do bad things always happen in pairs?
How about you, Marta? Are you doing okay?
Huh?
I mean, everything that's happened with the Vanguard lately.
It's hard to believe I used to be in a group that would do all this.
But you're not in it anymore. You're with us now.
Yeah. Thanks, Emil.
Richter said Aster while he was looking at me. Aster. I guess that's someone's name. But why say it to me? I don't know. It really bothers me.
Ugh, I can't believe this.
You're not the only one. How could they involve my poor sister in this?
But what does this all mean? I'm so confused.
Okay, the real Lloyd was the one gathering the cores. Meanwhile, Dex was posing as Lloyd and committing crimes in his name. Right, Emil?
Who is Aster? What did he mean?
What does Brute want with the cores?
Is that exercise machine Dex ordered really ineffective? Has anybody tried it out?
Proving which Lloyd was real and which Lloyd was fake will be difficult with only his own word as evidence.
This is impossible!
Excuse me, Lloyd?
Lloyd, Bud.
Lloyd?
Lloyd, answer us.
Come on, Lloyd.
I have nothing to say.
But I don't get it. The Lloyd you all talked about would never act like that, right? What is he thinking? Come on, Zelos, I know you can explain this.
I'd like nothing more than to grant your wish, Marta, my angel, but I can't speak in Lloyd's place.
Is that all you can say? I trusted him because all of you did.
But it wasn't Lloyd who attacked Palmacosta and those other towns. I want to believe that the real Lloyd has a good reason for what he's doing.
And I'm saying I want to know what that reason is. If he'd just talked to us instead of giving us the cold shoulder, we might even be able to help him.
Marta.
I understand you feel partly responsible for the things the Vanguard's done, but it's not a child's place to pay for the mistakes of their parents. And directing all that frustration at Lloyd isn't the right answer either. Though I do wish Lloyd would have said something instead of just turning his back on us.
Zelos,
Fallen head over heels for me, have you?
You'd actually be pretty charming if you didn't say stuff like that.
Lloyd refused to talk to us.
But he did save Celis. We can rest assured he hasn't really changed.
Yes, I'm sure he'll be able to explain all of this someday.
Yep, sooner or later keeping so many secrets to himself will be impossible for a guy as trusting as Lloyd.
You're right. Oh, but I just hate not knowing the truth behind all this.
It looks as though all we can do now is wait.
Colette's still as cute as a button, Sheena's curves are delectable as ever, and Marta's spunky attitude just gives me goosebumps. I think I've died and gone to heaven.
As soon as we rescued Celis, he's back to his usual self.
Zelos is so flighty.
No, Marta. Zelos isn't flighty. He's shallow.
Colette, who said that about me?
Professor Sage. She said you're like a wading pool. Professor Sage can't swim, remember? I think she means she likes Zelos.
Fine. I'm a shallow man with obvious motives, so sue me.
Solum's core may not be here after all.
Oh yeah, the Vanguard might have it. Do you know, Marta?
No, I'm sorry. Ever since Daddy started to change, I've been avoiding him, so...
Hey, don't sweat it. Worrying about it won't help us now. Besides, things should clear up once we get to the Temple of Earth, right?
That's right. Let's hurry.
Who do those jerks think they are? I heard the Church of Martel was up to no good. Looks like the rumors were true. What the hell is Zelos thinking?
The appeal of the Chosen has dropped sharply since the system that supported his status was abolished. Putting all the blame on the Chosen is unfair.
And Silverant's Church of Martel is completely controlled by the church in Tethaala.
Sounds like the Church of Martel's days are numbered.
It would be difficult to imagine otherwise.
Why do they all look so pale?
Well, yeah. This town's packed to the gills with bookworms and eggheads.
So they're the complete opposite of you?
Well, excuse me. And what about you, huh?
I'm in the same boat.
Looks like you both could stand a bit of polish at the hands of Professor Sage.
Better hope her ruin mode disease isn't contagious.
Like you're one to talk.
Emil, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just spaced out there for a second.
I wonder if you have a fever. Anyway, let's get you back to the inn for some rest.
Okay. I'm sorry to worry you. Marta, do you really think this Aster person was killed by Richter?
Hey, have you heard this story? Long ago, a little boy and girl lived deep in the forest.
A little boy and girl.
One day, while out on a stroll, they came upon a house made entirely of gels. They were hungry, so they started to eat it, when suddenly this old woman...
Why do I look so much like this Aster? Maybe he's a distant relative or something.
It appears you were unable to alter his troubled mood. By the way, I'm rather curious about the end of your story.
Does it really matter? They all lived happily ever after, the end.
I hope those guards don't give us any more trouble.
We've got an official okay from the director. We'll be fine.
I guess. But what if they attack us and I lose my memory again?
Emil, give me your hand.
Huh? Oh, okay. Hey! Ouch!
It hurts, right? That's proof you're here right now.
Yeah.
Does my hand feel warm?
Yes.
That means I'm here too, right beside you. So stop looking like you could disappear at any moment.
Thanks.
It looks like I'm tied to this place, whether I like it or not.
Something seems to be bothering Sheena.
She once failed to forge a pact with Volt, the summoned spirit of lightning.
Oh.
It was a disaster that took the lives of 1/4 of the people of Mizuho. Because of that, she has led a lonely life, even among her own people. But she overcame pain, sadness, and fear in order to save this world, and eventually succeeded in her pact with Volt. In that regard, Sheena may understand both of your struggles better than anyone.
Paparo poparo pippity poppity poo.
And what does paparo poparo pippity poppity poo mean? Is that some sort of newfangled slang?
It was written in the research notes I found. It's in the language of the angels, so I might not be reading it correctly.
But why would that be written in these notes?
Here, maybe you can read it.
Let me see now. It says, some centurions are stuffy and old-fashioned.
How true. Whoever wrote these notes must be a really brilliant researcher.
Hmm?
How come there are lightning strikes indoors? It's really dangerous.
We may be safe, though, considering the people in our party.
Why is that?
Well, they say lightning strikes tall objects.
Tall objects. Oh, yeah.
Now that you mention it, Regal's pretty tall.
Well then, we have nothing to worry about. We're counting on you, Mr. Lightning Rod.
Ugh.
That art you used back there was really something.
That wasn't me, it was Ratatosk.
You said something about a boundary. Can Ratatosk's power affect the very fabric of space and time?
Such power can only be used to a limited degree.
If Rain were here, she'd be demanding a repeat performance, no doubt.
Shouldn't we be hurrying to the altar?
You're that worried about this woman?
Of course I am. Not that I'd expect an insensitive jerk like you to understand.
What?
Ugh. I hope Erlina is all right.
I'm worried that she got sucked in with the Vanguard. I hope she isn't attacked by Dex.
It's the cores they're after. I doubt they'd harm a woman who has nothing to do with all this.
You're worrying over nothing.
Sheena, Regal, Tenebrae, let's get going.
Hey, Marta!
I make it a rule not to speak to insensitive creeps.
What are you talking about? Damn it! Hey, Marta, about that monster.
Sheena, I'm starving, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess.
Marta, are you listening? Hey!
Tenebrae, are you picking up anything about Relina's whereabouts?
I'm afraid that is impossible. She would need to have a connection to Lord Ratatosk.
Come on, Marta!
Regal, we should really be getting back to see Director Schneider, right?
Yes.
Damn it! Enough is enough!
So then, that letter from Rain wasn't a love letter after all. I'm a bit disappointed.
A woman of her quality deserves a far better man than I.
Perhaps Rain and Regal are both simply too attractive for the match to ever work.
No way, that's exactly why they're perfect for each other.
There is another to whom I've already pledged my heart.
What? There is?
However, she has passed on.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, there is no need to be. I'm the one who can't seem to lay the past to rest.
I'm sure she's glad to have you keeping her memory alive, though. I'm actually a little jealous.
Thank you.
Why don't you guys say something? I can't stand this sort of thing. Do something, Regal.
Let them be. The problem is theirs. They will solve it on their own.
Yeah, I guess. But they're driving me up the wall.
So, X-Spheres can hurt the people who equip them. I wonder if the same is true about Ratatosk's core. What if the core starts to affect me and I don't realize it? What will happen to me?
Lady Marta, you do not look well.
Oh, no. I'm just a bit tired.
Oh, yeah? Want to take a break?
No, I'll be fine. We've got to get to the Temple of Earth.
This is where Gnome, the summoned spirit of Earth, used to be, right?
Yeah, I remember how hard it was making a pact with him.
Was Gnome really that strong?
Actually, it was everything we had to do beforehand to get to him.
That's right. We had to make curry.
Curry?
Yeah, which meant we had to hunt down some spicy ingredients.
Were you the one who made it, Regal?
Let's see. That time it was...
Well, like I always say, you can't curry favor without curry, right? Get it?
What's with all the sighing, Marta?
We've been underground for a while, and it feels like it's hard to breathe or like something's pressing down on me.
The air here is quite earthy and dusty.
Yeah, and it's so dim I can barely see.
That is most certainly bothersome as well.
I thought you were the captain of the Hooray for Darkness Brigade.
This does not come under the category of dark. I speak of something much richer, much deeper, a beautiful world of ebony.
I think Tenebrae is what you'd call a darkness maniac.
So this is what the X-Sphere mine was like.
Yes, though I doubt it would be possible to unearth any more from this area.
It's incredible there's still this much left of it intact, despite the explosion. I guess it was really built to last.
We built it to withstand whatever disasters might occur, though this does present a problem.
I'll have to ask for Rain's help in finishing the demolition.
But why Rain?
During our journey of world regeneration, she destroyed one human ranch after another. She earned the nickname H.E. Bomb.
H.E. Bomb? Shouldn't it be S.H.E. Bomb?
Emil could give Colette a run for her money.
Woohoo! Altamira, here we come!
Everyone travels around town in vehicles, right?
Yes, the city was designed to be experienced as a resort. Even transportation has been carefully planned to be as enjoyable as possible.
And Klonoa is the town mascot. I wonder if he'll be there.
I hope we get a chance to meet him.
Woohoo!
Tenebrae, was that your Klonoa impression?
Forgive me. I was jealous of Klonoa getting all the attention. I will now explain to all of you the magnificence of darkness.
You really take this seriously.
Of course. Darkness is truly magnificent. When you're feeling down, the thing that allows you to sink even further, to truly plumb the depths of your depression, is darkness. When you wish to conceal the truth, darkness will hide whatever you don't want to be seen. Want to topple your foes without being noticed? Do so under the cover of darkness. How about it? Are you ready to come to the dark side?
I don't know. Those things don't exactly get me all excited.
Doesn't sound like much fun to me.
Oh, but it is. If you're still unconvinced, perhaps you'd like to try a bite of my famous dark stew surprise.
That is a type of stew you make by throwing random ingredients into a pot, correct? A dish of that sort would be as likely to fail as to succeed.
Right, it probably wouldn't be awful, but I doubt it would taste great either.
Ah, I can feel the darkness of your rejection blooming in my heart.
It's like every little detail in Altamira has something to do with the Lezareno company.
There was even a Lezareno emblem on that manhole cover we stepped on.
From the cradle to the grave. It's one of the Lezareno group's most important slogans.
So I guess that means they're behind pretty much everything here.
It sounds rather risky.
Why?
Since Lezareno provides this town with all its goods and services, if the company were ever to go bankrupt, the lives of those living here would fall apart along with it.
To assure that such events do not occur, our company dedicates itself to the continued pursuit of business excellence.
Very good, then.
What's with the attitude?
Man, things sure went to hell in a hurry. Is there anything the idiot Vanguard won't try?
I'm sorry.
No, I'm the one who should apologize. I wasn't trying to blame you.
She's right. You shouldn't feel responsible.
But
let's go back to the hotel and figure out a plan. If we all put our heads together, we're bound to find a way to resolve this.
Okay.
Do you think Marta's okay?
Well, it is Alice we're dealing with. It's impossible to be certain, but I doubt even she'd dare to kill the commander's daughter.
Exactly. All we need to do is find the weak spot in their plan and exploit it. Marta's gonna be fine. Although I'm gonna have to give that girl a talking to when this is over. She can't just run off like this.
Yeah. Marta, please be okay. Regal, I'm sorry about earlier. That thing I said about presents needing a ribbon, it was a stupid joke. I shouldn't have made fun of you like that.
It's all right.
I mean, I actually sort of think wearing a ribbon would suit you. You know, being an aristocrat and everything. Or maybe not a ribbon, but a rose?
A rose.
Like you could wear it in your hair or clench it in your teeth?
I've sent roses to ladies before, but I can't say I've ever worn one. Besides, if I were to do something like that, Sheena would never let me live it down.
Actually, it might look kinda good.
What?
Sweet! Sneaking past these guards is easy as pie.
Yes, that was rather easy.
They do seem to lack a certain dedication to their work.
Exactly. Hey, wait, Tenaby. Aren't you gonna say something like, I quite agree, sweetie pie?
Sweetie pie? I hardly think this is the time to be exchanging such pleasantries.
You're missing the point. Making bad jokes and puns is your thing. Sweet. Easy as pie, sweetie pie. Get it?
Let's see. Sweet, it's sweetie pie until the bitter end, correct?
Never mind.
Looks like Alice is still abusing Hawk.
He probably doesn't have a choice, especially when you consider their legendary duel.
What is this duel?
When Alice joined the Vanguard, Hawk was the head of the combat unit. They apparently battled it out for his position, and he lost in a really bad way.
I'm almost afraid to ask.
I didn't see it, so I can't be sure, but I heard he still has scars from that battle on his back. Supposedly, they formed the words Alice's pet.
Talk about being scarred for life.
If things were normal, I would have loved to check out the casino.
What are you saying? Kids aren't allowed to gamble.
Hey, I'm not a child anymore. What do you say, Emil? Don't you think it sounds like fun?
Actually, I'd rather go play in the amusement park.
Ugh, stop being so childish.
Hold your horses. You two are the same age. You kids are gonna have to stick to the amusement park.
I believe you've always preferred the amusement park yourself, Sheena. Or am I mistaken?
Seriously? Sheena, you've got the body of a woman, but the heart of a little girl. So what?
So, Presea, what other sorts of good luck charms have you come up with?
Soulmate shackles, hair today, hair tomorrow tonic, fess up ferns, the marry me wand.
Hey, Aunt Flora had one of those. Anything else?
An outfit that, despite having a bare midriff, never allows your skin to get cold and also protects against enemy attacks. I call it the Lonnie Kyle.
Oh, I've heard of that. That was a big hit, but then it faded fast, right?
It was a tough sell.
Was that everything?
There was a mask that hid your face without actually hiding it, but still mysteriously prevented anyone from realizing your real identity. I called it the Judas mask.
Haven't heard of that one.
It was stolen while still in development, and the project had to be called off. It was my proudest achievement. A real loss.
You came up with all that stuff? You're incredible!
So you're not from Altamira, right?
No, I'm from Ozette.
Where exactly is that?
It's just on the other side of the Garakia forest, but only a handful of people live there now.
Why's that?
The town was destroyed once. The land was never considered very desirable, and the village had a reputation for opposing the Church of Martel, so people have been reluctant to move back.
That's terrible.
However, my friends are helping out. I know the village will recover someday. Right now, it's in no state for visitors, but I'll give you a tour someday.
Yeah, I'd like that. I thought my heart was going to jump right out of my chest when we were going past that checkpoint. On the other hand, you were so calm, Presea. You've got a real poker face.
That's not true. My heart was pounding like mad as well.
Really?
Yes. It was going waka waka waka, and my palms were sweating like mad.
Your heart was going waka waka waka?
Yes, waka waka waka.
Waka waka waka?
Waka waka waka.
That's not how it looked to me.
Waka waka waka. Your spirits seem to be low. Are you tired?
No, that's not it.
Are you worried about all those revolts Magnar was talking about?
The bigger Vanguard becomes, the more it seems like it's turning into some rampaging monster. How can something I helped create have gone so wrong? What should I do?
That I do not know. But Sheena said to make sure the two of you were taken to safety. I believe that means your safety is important to resolve these problems.
She's right, Marta. Staying here and worrying about it won't give you answers. The only thing we know for sure is that we can't let them get Ratatosk's core.
It's like our roles are now reversed.
Huh?
When I first met you, I was always the one trying to cheer you up. Now I'm the one with no confidence and you're getting stronger.
Maybe, but it's only thanks to you and everyone else. I'll lend you my strength when you're feeling down.
Emil.
This town has a different air about it than the others we have visited.
That is probably true. While it is located in Tetha'ala, the people living here have their own unique culture.
So this is Sheena's hometown.
I hope she's all right.
I'm sure she is. Though she encountered many dangers on our previous journey, she always landed on her feet. We are all very lucky. It is the same luck that brought us together, so I'm confident things will work out.
Thanks for saying that. It's odd. You're younger than me, but you feel like an older sister.
Older sister. You can call me sister anytime you like.
Is the Mana Cannon really that powerful?
Yes. It was originally developed to destroy the Tower of Salvation. I doubt there is any weapon more powerful. In our last journey, we used it to stop the giant tree when it threatened to destroy the world. It was Sheena's responsibility to fire the cannon.
The giant tree that killed my mother was stopped by the Mana Cannon. Then the cannon must be immensely powerful. I mean, it toppled a tree that covered the entire world.
Yes. If such a weapon fell into the wrong hands, it could easily wipe out a town or two.
We'll never let something like that happen. Never.
Isn't there some way we can stop all the chaos the Vanguard is causing around the world?
I'm sure the Royal Army is marshaling their forces to deal with the situation.
So, they'll be coming to Altamira, right?
No, that's precisely what the Vanguard's uprisings are designed to prevent. With their forces scattered, the army won't even be able to approach Altamira, especially now that the Vanguard claimed it as its base.
Then the only way to bring down the Vanguard is from the inside.
Yes. And the only people that can do that now
are us.
Yeah, so let's hurry to Altamira. Regal and Sheena need our help. Persea, it's been a...
Genus, it has been a while.
Persea, Ozette.
Yes. Thanks to your help, Ozette is on its way to recovery.
Miss?
Yes. With the support provided by Lezareno Mystic Supply, life in the village has returned to normal.
Persea, your ability to translate Genus's stuttering has improved immensely.
Thank you. I'm used to it now.
I've been thinking about what Magnar said, about how Silverunt's less advanced society leaves them vulnerable to persecution by Tethaolans.
Yeah.
The worlds were united. Everyone is living together. So why is it still like that?
They're scared.
Huh?
People reject those who are different and assume that the world they know is all that exists. As a result, they are unable to understand other points of view. Those thoughts lead to fear, and that fear leads to war. I believe that our ability to travel together despite our differences is due to the efforts we make to understand one another.
I think you're right.
On that note, let me take this opportunity to once again explain the magnificence of darkness.
No!
Hey, Tenebrae, the lady you turned into, is that what Centurions consider to be beautiful?
Yes, we Centurions have a highly refined aesthetic sense.
Well, what about Rain?
Truly a vision of beauty.
My.
And Persea?
Very lovely indeed.
How nice.
Okay, what about me?
Why, you are beautiful as well, Lady Marta.
So then, which of us is the most beautiful of all?
I believe that would have to be me.
You really love yourself, don't you?
Mr. Fairy?
Are you referring to me? I am not a fairy. I am a centurion.
Okay. Mr. Tenaby?
Mr. Tenaby? Well, that's new. Whoa! What are you doing? Why are you grabbing my leg?
You have no paw pads.
Paw pads? Shall I make some?
Wow. Poke, 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 poke.
That tickles. Stop. I beg you. I can't take any more.
It's been a while since we've been alone together.
You're right.
Please don't forget about me.
I haven't forgotten. It's just a matter of nuance.
Oh, it's quite all right. The elderly are always being shoved aside.
I thought you didn't like to be called old.
It's a matter of nuance.
Oh, come on! Why does the Lezareno company need to have buildings this big?
Maybe as a symbol of their success?
But why do we have to suffer for it? A company's buildings should be simple and small.
I know a way to make these buildings very small.
How?
Easy. We simply caused the Lezareno company to go bankrupt.
I think Regal would kill us if he overheard this conversation.
Ah, Colette, sometimes I could just kiss you. Your ability to turn every simple stumble into a miniature miracle never ceases to amaze me.
Her stumbles make miracles?
See, every time Colette falls down or makes a mistake, something good always comes of it.
Now that you mention it, when Colette tripped and bumped into Marta, she saved her from being attacked by a monster.
I'm not doing it on purpose.
Oh, I believe I've come up with quite a plan.
Speak right up, Tenny.
We'll have her take a tumble on her way to buy lottery tickets, then sit back and watch the money roll in.
That's pretty pathetic, Tenny. I'll tell you, Emil, little old Alice really stuck it to you back there.
Are you trying to say that it was my fault? Don't worry, I know that already.
Whoa, don't get your panties in a bunch, kid. I wasn't blaming you.
Then what is it?
You see, when a boy is tricked by a woman for the first time, that's when he becomes a man. You trust one, get betrayed, trust another, get betrayed. You swear you'll never trust again, but then you do. That's male-female relations in a nutshell for you. It's true she got the better of you this time, but now we've got another full-grown man on our side.
You sound like you speak from experience.
Leave me alone. You'll see for yourself soon enough. Dearest Marta, am I glad to see you safe and sound. If we lost you, I'm not sure the people of this world would ever be the same.
That's a bit over the top.
No, Marta dear, you simply don't know your own value. You are far more lovely than any blossom. You sparkle more brightly than any diamond.
Sorry, Marta. Looks like the last of his screws finally came loose.
Was I talking to you, Sheena? You don't have anything going for you but your chest.
I'm gonna smack you for that!
Ouch! Hold on, that was a kick. Get your words straight. Man, what is with this building? It's more like a fortress than an office. Is Lazzareno making stuff that really needs this much protection?
I know Regal would never make anything dangerous. I'll bet whatever they make here is really fun.
What makes you say that? The security in this place is pretty extreme.
I've got it. They must be for training spies.
Spies?
Yeah, that has to be it. I'll bet they're training an army of spies to hide in cardboard boxes and steal top-secret info from rival companies.
Why cardboard boxes?
Slow down, Colette. Wouldn't that make Regal some sort of nefarious corporate overlord?
Oh, I guess you're right. Then they're training an army of spies to save the world from evil companies everywhere.
Maybe we should move away from the army of spies.
You said you met Lloyd, right?
Yes.
Did he say anything to you?
Oh, he did ask if you were doing okay.
Really? What? Now, why would he?
You know, you fell in that hole back at the Vanguard base and he wanted to make sure you weren't hurt. He may have changed, but he hasn't stopped caring about his close friends.
Well, I'm made of sterner stuff than that. No reason to worry about little old Sheena, no sir.
Wait, so does Sheena like Lloyd?
I think that's pretty obvious.
Emil!
What's with the grabbing all of a sudden?
I was just so happy you came for me.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm glad you're okay.
Emil?
Yes?
Why won't you hug me back? Meanie.
I would argue that forcing others to watch your public displays of affection is considerably more cruel.
Sorry.
I hope Daddy's okay.
Marta.
Don't worry. Rain and the others are with him. The best thing we can do for him now is to find a doctor.
Yeah.
Let's hurry. Why? I just don't understand.
What's wrong?
I don't get it. Why would Richter want to make an organization like the Vanguard? He's a half-elf. Why would he care about the struggles between Silverant and Tethaala? It just doesn't make sense.
Emil, I'm sorry. I was in the Vanguard myself, but I didn't know anything. How could I have been so foolish?
No, I'm the one who was foolish. I hurt your father. I was only thinking of myself.
It was the only way for you to stop him. Rather than regret what's already done, let's do everything we can to help him.
You're right. Marta, are you okay?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to cry. It's just... I've been afraid for so long. I was prepared to fight Daddy, but I was so scared. He's the only family I have. I know he's committed terrible crimes, and that he'll be paying for them for the rest of his life. But I'm so glad he's alive.
I'm glad too. I really am.
Thank you, Emil.
I can't believe this. I was using a girl to save myself. A girl who told me she loved me. It's cruel.
You may have been cruel. As Lord Ratatosk, that is.
Huh?
But the part of you that is Lord Emil has given everything to protect Lady Marta. And I detected no calculation or self-interest in that.
Tenebrae.
This is only one Centurion's impression.
Emil, Tenebrae said that memories can lie, and I agree with him.
Marta.
We all have a couple of misconceptions, or things we've convinced ourselves happened a certain way when they actually didn't. Memory isn't an exact science, but it's something we depend on. I mean, what else can we turn to in the end? But that doesn't mean that the journey you and I have shared so far is a lie. There's nothing false about it. I'm not sure the best way to say this, but the Emil I know is really Emil.
Thanks, Marta.
Daddy looked like he used to.
He's been freed from the effects of the core. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, his wounds will need time to heal, but the doctor says he's making a strong recovery.
Take good care of him.
I will. I've been thinking. After our journey's over and Daddy's well again, I want to help him make up for what he's done.
You really love him, don't you?
Of course.
First Dex and now Commander Brute. The effects of the cores are more dangerous than I thought.
But I can't imagine Persea would change that much from how she is now.
No, me neither.
Really? Many people tell me I've changed a lot from how I used to be.
You have?
Like how?
Well, I didn't speak as much, and I didn't show any emotion. I also laugh more than I did before, and I have more of an appetite. But I've been told my original personality, before everything happened, was more bright and cheery than now.
Huh?
The World Tree is the mana-producing tree that was born after the giant Carlon tree withered, correct? What is its name?
Well, that came out of the blue. Who cares? It's just a name, right?
If it has a name, I've never heard of it.
I'd like nothing more than to answer all your questions, Marta, my dear.
Zelos.
Don't worry, Persea. I won't break my promise to Martel.
Your promise to Martel? As in Martel the goddess?
Well, yeah, that's the one.
You met with Martel? That's incredible. I guess you really are the chosen of the church.
Martel helped us out quite a bit during our last journey.
No way! You actually got to meet a goddess?
Okay, one at a time. Settle down now.
What a clever way to change the subject.
I wonder what the guardian of the World Tree is like.
What will we do if he's mean and scary?
Come on, Colette, don't start. You're gonna make me all nervous.
I, for one, hope the guardian is a beautiful maiden. Come to think of it, I won't accept anything less.
At least you are consistent, Chosen One.
Come on, rather than some buff axe-wielding dude, wouldn't you rather have a hottie guardian with a killer bod? I mean, I'd take an elegant petite guardian too, of course.
I hope the guardian has paw pads.
Yes, I concur.
Remember, we are speaking of the guardian of the World Tree. It's probably something akin to a centurion, filled with knowledge of the ancient world.
A creature like me? Then that would mean...
The Guardian's really old.
So, to sum up, the Guardian is a wise old lady with a killer body and paw pads.
I really hope not.
You all knew the World Tree's name, but hid it from us.
Sorry, Mr. Tenaby.
I suppose I can forgive you. After all, the World Tree is no longer under the dominion of Lord Ratatosk. It has been entrusted to a new tree spirit.
Oh, right, which is apparently named Martel as well. Does it have some connection to the goddess Martel?
I wouldn't call it a connection. They're one and the same thing.
What?
Think of it this way. There was this woman worshipped as a goddess. She risked her life to regenerate the world, and then she was reborn as a tree spirit.
So the goddess became a summoned spirit? This world doesn't have a goddess anymore? What about the angels of Crucius?
I cannot say for certain whether or not any gods exist, but Crucius, the host of angels so revered by the Church of Martel, no longer exists in this world.
They set out for a destination much, much farther away than the heavens.
Then they abandoned humanity?
There comes a time when all children must fend for themselves. Perhaps we should think of ourselves as having reached adulthood.
I see. But now that we're without a goddess, what will become of the Church of Martel?
Jerry's still out on that one. They might go on worshipping a god that's no longer there, or maybe they'll change their focus to Martel in her spirit form. Whatever the case, the Church of Martel is on the decline. It may just fade away on its own.
Lloyd, do you have a moment?
Sure, what is it?
I existed in this world even before it was divided in two. This was before the existence of both Crucius and the goddess Martel, and naturally the religion founded in her name.
Right, I guess that makes sense. The Church of Martel wasn't formed until after the world split.
It was way back then that I first met a half-elf by the name of Martel. She had a brother, younger than she by some years. He was called Mythos, the boy now known as Mythos the Hero.
You met Mythos?
Yes, they were very close. At that time, they were searching for some way to save this world, the goddess Martel. Mythos the Hero. I cannot believe that the name of Mythos' sister was mere coincidence. Does this mean that the origin of the Church of Martel is...
Yes, it's just as you suspect.
Then the spirit of this new tree truly is the Martel I once knew.
It's not only Martel, though.
Whatever became of Mythos? Have you heard anything?
When we regenerated the world, Mythos lent us his power.
Is that true? Then where is he now?
Mythos became the World Tree, or at least that's what I believe.
Huh?
I'd forgotten how handy Rayards are.
Hey, I agree with you for once, Shorty. I've always said a beautiful creature like myself belongs high in the majestic sky.
Beautiful? You? The dictionary in your brain has its definitions reversed.
I have to agree, though. I've never felt anything quite like riding a Rayard. I mean, what person hasn't dreamt of flying?
Seems to me we were doing just fine on foot.
Is the Rayard not to your liking, Lady Marta?
It's just, what keeps a hunk of metal like that in the air?
It's thanks to Wiener's Law.
That's Werner's Law, Colette.
Yeah, but there's nothing protecting you. If you fall, you'll die.
Actually, we crashed in a Rayard once, but we're still here to tell about it.
Marta, are you afraid of heights?
Of course not. I just don't understand why everybody's so in love with the stupid Rayards, that's all.
Sorry I couldn't say anything earlier.
Lloyd!
Hey, we figured you had your reasons, but still you gotta let us join in the fun, too.
I plan to from now on.
Please count on us.
Besides, now that we're not spending all our time worrying about you, we can really focus on the task at hand.
I don't know. Having Lloyd with us might give us more to worry about than ever before.
What was that, Genus?
I believe you'll be forced to endure accusations and aspersions wherever we go. Are you up to it?
I'll just have to work to win back the trust I've lost one day at a time. I think that's all I can do.
And we'll be there to help you.
Hey, it's good to be back, everyone.
Lloyd, you're really something.
How so?
Well, I could be the being who might destroy this world, but you called me your friend. You put your trust in me.
There's nothing special about that. Besides, you're the one that's incredible.
Huh?
I've seen the way you lived in spite of what you are. That's how I know I was right to believe in you. I really like guys like you.
Really?
Well then, Lloyd, you should also live in a way that merits the trust of others.
Professor?
I recall giving you some homework 6 months ago. I assume you've completed all of it?
Professor, I'm 19 years old. I've memorized my multiplication tables. Haven't I studied enough?
Silence. Ever since the world was restored, you've done nothing but travel. You have yet to finish the curriculum. I will see that you finish what you've started.
Come on.
Lloyd. So the guardian of the world tree?
Ewan.
Right, Ewan. Is he an acquaintance?
We crossed paths when we were restoring the world.
He always looks a bit cross, but he's really doing all he can to find happiness.
Actually, Colette, that's not exactly...
I think I know what you mean. He looks like he doesn't have much happiness in his life.
Really?
That's one way to say it. You could also say the guy's just got no luck.
Hey guys, let's stop talking about him behind his back, okay? Don't forget, he helped us out quite a bit.
Then again, he's caused his fair share of trouble, too.
Sounds like a pretty complicated guy.
I guess good looks aren't everything. So, Presea, you have a thing for paw pads?
Yes, I like how soft and springy they are. Regal and I are members of the Paw Pad Playmate Society.
Yes.
Huh? What the heck is that?
It's a recreational club sponsored by the Lezareno Group.
Oh, sign me up too!
We'd love to have you, Genus.
They even have a paw pad club?
I guess the Lezareno company is not to be trifled with.
It's been quite a while.
Yes, this is where our last journey began.
Really?
Yeah, it's where I received the Oracle and set out to regenerate the world.
A lot happened. It's not like all that much time has gone by. But somehow, it seems like it all happened so long ago.
It's sort of a strange feeling.
Huh?
I thought I'd never forgive the Chosen and her companions for causing the giant tree to lose control. But now I find myself traveling with those very people.
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. I was the one who didn't understand. A Chosen has her own life to live. You have a past and a present. You didn't just appear out of nowhere to kill Mom.
We all play the starring roles in our own stories. When those other than ourselves appear on stage, we tend to view them only as minor characters.
But in the end, it doesn't work that way.
Realizing that may be the first step towards becoming an adult.
Hey now, Marta, my sweet. You look as though you've put your foot in your mouth and didn't much care for the taste.
Leave me alone, Zelos.
You took a question you haven't even answered for yourself and piled it on Emil's shoulders. But you knew you were doing it as you did it, and you regret it. Am I wrong?
What do you mean? What question?
I mean the one that goes, let's see now, which Emil do I like the best?
You're wrong. Both Emils are important to me. After all,
They're both Emil. You're not mistaken there. That's why it's hurting you so much.
But then what should I have done? I knew what I was saying was unfair, but I couldn't stand to have the other Emil just disappear.
If that's really what you think, you should stand by it.
What?
If that's your true feeling, then be straight with it. Don't say things to Emil that you'll only regret as soon as they leave your lips. He's got more to deal with than any of us. If you honestly don't want to lose any part of him, then you did the right thing in saying so.
Zelos.
Both personalities are Emil. It's only natural for you to fall in love with both. They're the same person. All that's left is to believe in him and wait.
Right. Thank you.
So, this is my final time as Emil Castagnier. I've got to take one long last look at this world, take stock of what I've left undone, and finish the job.
Lord Emil, have you made your peace? Is there anything you've left unfinished or have yet to do?
No, I'm ready. I've even patched things up with my aunt and uncle.
If you should change your mind, please tell me at once.
Tenebrae, thank you. I'm glad to have had you as my centurion.
Lord Emil, I too am proud to have known you, Lord Ratatosk, in your time here as Emil.
Yo, Emil, there's something I've been meaning to ask.
What is it?
Listen, you never hesitate to ask Regal or Rain for their opinion, and now that you've met Lloyd, he's your regular best friend. So why don't you ever come to your old buddy Zelos for advice?
Well, I guess I just didn't think to. Is that bad?
I'm not calling it bad, I just don't get it is all.
It's not that I don't value your opinion, but not only are you older than me, you're also the Chosen. I guess I was a little intimidated.
It's ironic that someone called the Chosen One would have self-esteem issues.
I could seriously have you roasting on a spit right now.
Wow, there are a lot more enemies than I expected.
Yes. Also, it may be my imagination, but my head feels heavy.
No, you are not mistaken. That is energy flowing outward from the demonic realm. It would seem you are sensitive to the forces of demons.
Persea, are you okay?
Please don't worry about me.
Lord Ratatosk is currently preventing the energy and inhabitants of the demonic realm from invading this world. However, it won't be too long before the door is opened completely. Unless my lord's power is fully restored, that is.
Right, we've got to hurry up and get that door shut. Let's go.
Richter, what's he trying to do?
Good question. He used the Vanguard to create a distraction and buy him time to open the door. But why?
Would he really sacrifice this entire world to get at me?
You still trust him, don't you?
I wouldn't call it trust. It might only be because I look like Aster, but he's always been kind to me, and I think he was sincere. He's not the type of person who would destroy the world. That's what I want to believe.
Then it's about time we find out whether or not you're right.
Yeah, who knows? Richter might be willing to talk with you.
Yeah. I can't lose, no matter what. Even if it means I have to fight Richter.
Time to say you know what.
Yeah, courage is the magic that turns dreams into reality.
Give me your hand. I want to give you whatever power I can.
Thank you.
All right, take my hand as well.
Mine too.
And mine. Me too.
Take my power too.
I may not have much to offer, but...
Wow, Regal. Your hand is huge.
Of all the... What are you guys doing? You remember what we're here for, right?
You guys are killing the mood. I guess I'm no better than Alice. When she attacked Emil like that, I didn't even hesitate. I had no problem hurting someone for my own petty reasons.
Do you think so? I see the situation somewhat differently.
Huh?
You fought out of love for another person. Alice fought out of love for herself. To me, the motivations are as different as night and day. That is not to say what you did was right, but regardless of whether it was right or wrong, is that not love?
That was a mistake. We should have left the Darius emblems behind.
Were the Darius emblems something you needed during the journey of regeneration?
Yeah, we couldn't have done it without them. Which is why I never expected them to work against us. I guess you could never tell.
But Martel's protection is really powerful.
No, I think it's only that way against Ratatosk. They're both tree spirits, so maybe they cancel each other out or something.
You're probably right. Huh. Lloyd, you really know your stuff.
I agree. I must admit I had my doubts after hearing so many people describe you as a fool and a bumbling idiot. But it would appear I was quite mistaken.
And who exactly were these people?
Well, thank goodness. Can't say I blame old Ratatosk for wanting to gaze on this perfect specimen of chosenhood forever, but without me, this poor world would drown in the tears of lovely ladies everywhere.
Why do I feel like I've heard this before?
I can't say I have any desire to gaze at you.
Pipe down.
Don't mind him, Emil. The idiot chosen's just upset that he's past his prime. It's all downhill from here.
You can say that again.
All downhill.
I still find it hard to believe that Centurions are capable of falling in love.
I must admit my own surprise. However, just as cores may affect the hearts of people, a strong will may also affect the cores.
I think I know what you mean. The human heart seems fragile, but it's actually pretty tough.
Yeah, when someone feels anger or sadness, they can affect other people with their emotions. And sometimes there's nothing you can do to help them, even if you want to.
But you can also spread positive emotions. And there are plenty of times when people's hearts are touched and they don't even realize it.
That is true. Aqua must have been influenced by the strength of Richter's conviction, and it changed her. It may very well be your hearts that hold the key to success in the coming struggle.
Well, we're finally here. Marta, Tenebrae, thank you for all you've done.
Emil.
Don't talk like this is the end. We're not giving up on you yet.
Yeah, you're right. Lloyd, everyone, I want to thank you as well.
Come on, cut the formalities. It's time. Let's give this everything we've got.
We shall be right there beside you.
I won't hold back, even if we are fighting a half-elf.
We've come this far after all. We must see our task through to the end.
Richter may have his reasons, but nothing justifies turning this world into a demonic realm.
We worked so hard to regenerate this world. We have to protect it.
Right. We can't break our promise to Martel.
This is a fight to reclaim your identity, too. Give him a show he won't forget.
Everyone, let's go!
Hey, Emil, I think we're pretty strong now.
Yeah, I think I figured out a fighting style that suits me, but I've still got a lot to learn.
I guess once you think you're the best, that's when you stop improving. But you're only going to get stronger. I'm sure of it.
You too.
Yeah, so let's get to it. Hey, Emil, I think we're pretty strong now.
I guess. I think we're stronger than we were before, but there's always room for improvement.
Modest as always. I think you'll just keep getting stronger. The sky's the limit.
And you'll get stronger right along with me. We can do it, as long as we stick together.
Right. Together forever.
Right. I can't believe the time's finally come.
What is it, Emil?
Counting this last fight, we fought 500 battles.
Really? That's incredible.
Well, we've still got plenty of fighting left to do.
I can't believe you've actually kept track this entire time. You're amazing.
Oh, that's what you meant.
What's with the sigh?
That's the 10th time we've had to run from a fight. Isn't that sort of pathetic?
Huh, I guess it has been 10.
That doesn't bother you at all?
He who fights and runs away lives to fight another day, right? Sometimes retreating is the best strategy. Not that you'll ever get away from me, though.
What? Right on! That was our 50th!
Our 50th what?
Our 50th escape from battle. Remember what you said? About how retreating is sometimes the best strategy. So I've been keeping track.
Well, yeah, but it's not exactly something to be proud of. I'm kind of disappointed in you.
Huh? Why?
You know what? That makes 10 successful packs in a row. Doesn't that make you proud?
I didn't really try to form pacts. I've just been hoping to befriend the monsters. And so far it's worked out.
Befriend them? Yeah, I guess you're right. After all, they do help out and fight beside us. Let's keep on making more friends.
Right. Another pack that didn't work out. I wonder what we're doing wrong.
Maybe we're not putting enough love into it.
Love?
Sure, monsters are living things too. If we approach them with love in our hearts, it's bound to work out.
Oh yeah, maybe you're right.
So, you want to practice by making a pact of love with me?
What? We failed again.
Don't give up. If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Try again?
That's right. Try again. Say it with me now.
Try again. Okay, I know we'll catch something next time.
You've really got a gift. You're a natural fisherman.
I am?
Come on, that was your 101st successful fishing attempt.
Actually, I think it was number 100.
Don't forget, your first catch was me. Don't ever throw me back, okay?
Nether Trader? Never heard of it.
Could it be?
What?
In the Age of Darkness, the fell god Nether gained this legendary weapon when he sold his soul to the demons in exchange for eternal youth.
What? That's horrible. I don't want a weapon like that.
Just kidding.
Come on, don't scare me like that.
Oh, that was a lie.
Wait, which part was a lie?
Kismet, come to Mama.
Could it be?
What?
In the Age of Darkness, the bride of the fell god Nether took up this weapon to quell her husband's rage.
Yeah, okay, whatever. I was never really a big history buff. I'm just thrilled to have found something so rare.
To quell him, she offered up her life to heaven and... Oh, fine, never mind. Simply splendid!
What is?
That monster you just made a pact with is a very rare specimen.
Really?
Way to go, Emil!
Yes, to come across such an exceptional creature in all this wide world, our luck is most astounding indeed.
Oh, you were talking about our luck.
Sweet! I can't believe we've befriended 3 different kinds of super rare monsters. Emil, I'm speechless.
You're making me blush.
No, this is truly a remarkable achievement. These 3 monsters are known as the Joyous Trinity. It is said that those who meet all 3 will enjoy happiness for the rest of their days.
Joyous Trinity, huh? That's kind of a weird name.
So, what form does this happiness actually take?
Why, the sublime satisfaction of having met the world's 3 rarest monsters.
Oh.
What is it, Marta?
Be honest now. You hate me, don't you?
Where did that come from?
Well, it's been a long time since you've let me fight alongside you. Or maybe it's just that I'm weak and useless.
That's not it at all. You're my secret weapon. I'm just saving you for the right time. And also, you're a girl, so I figured you wouldn't want to end up with a bunch of battle scars.
You're right. I've got to keep my skin silky smooth and blemish-free for you.
What? Huh? Does this world really need me? That's 20 battles they fought without me. Maybe I just don't have a place here.
What's with all the muttering? There's no one more important to me than you.
But not when it comes to fighting.
I don't know what I'd do if someone else saw you fighting and fell in love with you.
Huh?
I'm going to keep you safely tucked away and out of sight until our wedding day.
Does that mean I'm your prisoner?
Quite the lazy bones, aren't we, Emil?
Where'd that come from? People usually say I try hard to be an overachiever, that I worry about every detail. I was always getting teased.
Don't worry, I love overachievers.
I'm not sure that describes Emil. He is still using the same title he had when we first met him.
Well, yeah, but changing seems like too much work.
Oh my, yes, truly a grueling ordeal.
Well, it's just... Hey, stop teasing me. Okay, fine. Yes, it's too much work.
Don't worry, Emil. I love underachievers.
Marta.
So, Emil, would you consider yourself stubborn?
Okay, that was random. No, not really.
You have to admit, though, you've had that same weapon equipped for a pretty long time. There's plenty of other weapons. Why not try something different for a change?
I guess I like the feel of a weapon I've gotten used to. It's easier to fight with. It's not stubbornness, it's dedication.
What if you had a favorite pair of shoes you wore every day, and I said, why not try a different pair and spice up your wardrobe?
Yeah, but why stop wearing whatever shoes that make you feel comfortable?
Yep, you're stubborn, all right.
What's so wrong with being a little stubborn?
Nothing. I was just thinking it'll be tough once we're married, that's all.
Wow, Marta. Every time I look, you've got a new weapon.
Well, there are so many different kinds. If I don't try them all, how will I know which one suits me best?
I guess you've got a point. Is that how you pick your boyfriends, too?
How can you say that? You're the only one for me. I've got no interest in other boys. So don't go losing interest in me either, okay?
Hey, Marta, you've been using the same equipment for a while now. You really like it that much?
I'm more loyal than you might think. To my equipment, and to you too.
Huh? When did this become about me?
Oh my.
What is it, Tenebrae?
A quick tally of the monsters you have befriended indicates that we have all that we can manage.
But how? You share a bond with all the dark elemental monsters in the world, right? And we definitely don't have all of them.
While Lord Ratatosk continues his slumber, my powers cannot reach their full potential. I'm afraid this is my limit.
So what should we do?
I don't know. There are still some types of monsters we haven't befriended yet, right?
Yes, and as you add these monsters to your roster, strength will return to the Centurions that share their elements, which should also increase Lord Ratatosk's power within you.
So to befriend new monsters, we'll have to set some free.
We'll miss them, but I guess we don't have a choice.
Congratulations! Emil, Lady Marta, you've done it!
What have we done, Tenebrae?
You have discovered and made pacts with all possible monsters.
Really?
Yes. Befriending any more monsters than this will not be possible while Lord Ratatosk remains dormant.
We did it! We caught them all!
Wow, we finally befriended all the monsters. What a milestone. I can remember each and every one.
Okay then, what was the 128th monster you befriended?
It's just hard to think straight because I'm so emotional right now.
Right. You have now befriended 10 monsters.
It's getting quite lively.
Yeah! Let's see how many more we can get.
You have now befriended 25 monsters.
It's sort of sad.
What's wrong? Aren't you happy? 25 monsters isn't bad.
Yeah, but this means I have more monster friends than human ones.
That is, rather...
Yeah, okay, that's sad.
You have now befriended 100 monsters. Well done.
With this many, we could open a 3-ring monster circus. We'll have to start teaching them tricks in our spare time.
Marta, you sound serious about this.
We'll start by practicing with an illusion where I, the fantabulous Marta, appear to be devoured whole by a ferocious beast.
Enough already.
Excellent! You have now befriended 200 monsters.
200.
What's wrong? That's 200 monsters we got. Isn't that exciting?
That's also the exact number of times I've confessed my love to a boy, only to be told I'm too serious.
Oh, wow.
That is a seriously high number. There's something I've been meaning to ask. Why do you consistently battle using the same monster companions?
I guess I just feel like they work well together. It seems to be working, so I figured I shouldn't fix what wasn't broken.
You're pretty conservative. It's manly, in a way, but maybe a little old-fashioned.
You think so?
Oh, I quite disagree. Emil is the quintessential hip young fella.
Did he just say fella?
Yes? What do you want?
Nothing.
Then what are you staring at me for?
I was just thinking. We haven't traveled together like this for a while.
So?
I mean, never mind. Whew.
Emil, don't touch the walls!
Huh?
These ancient ruins are often rigged with booby traps. Just pay attention and don't do anything stupid.
I'm sorry. I really am sorry.
I heard you the first time.
I'm sorry. You really seem to know a lot about these ruins. Are you an archaeologist or something like that?
I believe I told you I was in the Vanguard.
Oh yeah, right.
A long time ago, I did some work involving ruins. That's why I know what I know. That's all.
Thank you.
What?
I'm just happy you answered one of my questions.
It must have just slipped out.
I'd love to hear more about...
I have nothing else to say.
Oh, okay.
Looks like your fighting skills have come a long way.
You taught me everything I know.
That was only when we first met.
But that was enough for me to learn the basics of battle. I consider you my mentor.
Would you say the same when I kill Marta?
Well...
Don't grow too fond of me. I'm your enemy.
Right.
I'm sorry for using you as a guide, even though I insist we're enemies. What's with that face?
Nothing, it's just... I don't think I've ever heard you apologize before.
I suppose that's true. I can't recall apologizing to anyone but you recently.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Wow, I guess you really are perfect. I hope I can be like that someday.
I meant that as a joke. There are herbs all over the place.
Do you dislike herbs?
No, I quite enjoy them, actually.
Oh, okay then. I'll try to like them too.
There's no need to match my taste. There's nothing I despise more than someone with no individuality.
Oh, then I'll go on hating herbs.
Emil, that's exactly what he's talking about.
Oh.
What do you intend, leading Emil out here?
I just needed someone to show me the way.
Emil is not him, you know.
I am well aware of that.
Are you? I see the hesitation in your eyes when you look at him.
Emil is Emil.
Yes, that is correct.
Hey, don't you train?
Not really. I enter Ratatosk mode when I fight, so...
Stop depending on that. Fight with your own strength.
But I can't.
Yes, you can. Learn to defend yourself at a moment's notice. Don't get cocky just because you've got a special power.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry, that was too harsh. Look, I'll teach you how to fight, so stop looking so pitiful.
Okay, thank you. Richter, you're a half-elf, right?
You couldn't tell? Only elves and half-elves can use magic. Everyone knows that.
I've never been clear on those things.
No half-elf is free from discrimination. Well, not until recently. We've been replaced by a new breed of outcast.
The Silveranti.
Exactly. And the ranks of the disenfranchised will only grow. People are made to fight. With the rise of every new country, new outcasts are born. Before long, the outcast may become the majority, and perhaps discrimination will subside.
Is that the only way for discrimination to end?
I never said it would end entirely, only that it may lose some of its intensity. But even that would be an improvement.
You could be a half-elf or anything else for that matter, and I'd like you just the same.
How can you say that?
Uh-huh.
Never mind.
Richter, should I put this on?
What is that?
It's the mask Lloyd was wearing. It should hide my face a bit. That way looking at me wouldn't bring up any painful memories, right?
Don't be ridiculous. You are Emil, not Aster. The two of you only share a resemblance.
But...
That's how it has to be, or I'll curse this fate.
Richter...
Tenebrae, I'd like to ask you something.
I have nothing to say to you.
Who is Emil?
Emil is himself. Emil Castagne, a young man who looks up to you, despite your faults. Nothing more.
I know you're hiding something.
I speak the truth. It is you whom I would ask to please not confuse Emil with a certain someone you know.
I've done no such thing. I only pray that my suspicions are wrong. If they aren't, my hatred will be even stronger.
Wow, looks delicious. You're a good cook.
I wouldn't say good. Probably about average.
Don't be so modest. This is really tasty.
Thanks. I had to help out in the kitchen at home. Guess I must have picked up a few things along the way.
I must say, you humans do eat the most peculiar things.
Well, what do you usually eat, Tenebrae?
I absorb mana naturally, so I have no need to consume food. We Centurions are highly refined life forms, after all.
Huh. Not being able to eat would be no fun at all.
I agree.
Here, eat.
Did you make this?
Yeah, something wrong?
No, it just looks a bit different.
I believe rough might be the word you're looking for. You always did things like carve the apples into rabbit shapes or shave carrots into flower petals.
Who the hell bothers with stuff like that?
But, I mean, is this edible?
I'll throw it out if you don't want it.
No, sorry, I'm going to eat it. Huh? It tastes just as good as the food you usually make.
My. Though comparable in appearance to the disturbing products of Lady Marta's cooking, it would seem the flavor is perfectly fine.
Hey, watch it! Here, Emil, try my homemade cooking.
What? You want me to eat this?
You're so mean. I poured my heart into this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It might not look like much, but it tastes great. Try it.
Okay, here goes.
Well, Daddy always said he loved my cooking. Emil?
He appears to have fainted. I must say, your cooking has truly come a long way.
How can you tell when you don't eat?
Anybody could tell by looking at it. Just look at this turnip you carved in the shape of a dove.
Once I get going, I can't help myself.
And this turtle is made from a pumpkin. It's a veritable work of art.
Your cooking has come a long way, Marta.
That makes it sound like I used to be terrible.
I mean...
Okay, so I was pretty awful. Sorry about that.
But you've really worked hard at it. How did you improve so much?
I was hoping you'd ask. I came up with a foolproof method. I taste test my food as I make it. Once I figured that out, my cooking got a lot better.
You hadn't been tasting it until now?
Emil, food's ready.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead and eat it if you can.
That sounds pretty ominous. It looks normal enough, though. Let me give it a try. Mom, wait for me. I'll be joining you shortly.
I was afraid of that. This is the first time I've ever cooked.
Food's ready.
Is that?
Dark stew surprise?
Hooray! It's Dwarven Potluck Surprise.
I've missed this. This was one of Dirk's specialties.
Yeah, this time the prize is a bracelet I made.
I'm gonna find it.
This is food, right?
Okay, it's finally ready.
Wow, it's so cute!
I thought I'd make a fruitcake. There's also a fruit salad, some fruit juice, and...
Do you have anything with a little more substance?
Oh, sorry. What would you like?
I don't know, maybe a steak or something?
Okay, leave it to me. 1 apple steak coming right up.
On second thought, this would be fine.
I thought the two of you must be getting hungry, so I decided to put together a meal. Here you are.
Wow.
What exactly is this?
Oh, right. I almost forgot to explain. These are rice-stuffed lemons. You know how sushi rice can taste so good you sometimes forget how much you've eaten? Well, I thought I'd try to create that same addictive quality in a more ordinary everyday rice dish. I started by emptying out some lemons, then filled them with rice and cooked them just like that. Last but not least, I added garam masala to punch up the flavor. It's revolutionary.
I am thankful that we Centurions are spared the joys of eating.
Well, what do you think of my cooking? Though this is just kind of so-so for me.
It's delicious! I can't wait for seconds!
Yeah, this is really great. You're a natural chef, Genus.
Oh, come on. You're gonna make me blush.
I have to agree with them. You've gotten even better.
You think so? Well, I've been experimenting with some new recipes lately.
This is undeniable proof that true culinary genius is not simply inherited.
Yep.
Right. I almost can't believe the two of you are related.
Are you trying to pick a fight?
I'm sorry.
Okay, food's ready.
Wow, it's amazing. It almost looks too delicious to eat. And it smells incredible. I can't believe it.
What's with you? You're staring at the food like you're gonna cry.
It's just... I thought women couldn't cook.
Of course we can cook. You just happen to have poor luck in women so far.
Would you two care to explain that conversation?
Sorry.
Ta-da! Feast your eyes on this. Come sample my one-of-a-kind gourmet cuisine.
Whoa, look at it all! Everything from appetizers to dessert! I had no idea you were such a talented cook!
Well, what did you expect? High-class men have high-class tastes.
This is great. I'm so hungry I could eat a horse.
Not so fast. Your seat's over there.
Over there? But there's only bread and water over there.
And what's wrong with that? Bread is quite a luxury, and I'm such a gentleman I even arranged for sparkling water. No need to be polite, eat as much as you like. Marta dear, step right this way.
Isn't this taking the whole chivalry thing a little too far?
Are you hungry?
Yeah, a little.
Then I'll cook something up.
Hold on. Why are you sharpening your axe?
I don't have a proper cooking knife, so I thought I'd use this instead.
But you've got a pocket knife, right?
That's for carving wood.
Yeah, but it's still better than the axe you chop up monsters with.
I believe it might be time to prepare a meal.
Whoa! Is that your own personal cooking knife?
Yes.
And you just carry it around with you?
Don't laugh, but cooking is a bit of a hobby for me.
I wouldn't laugh. I think it's attractive for a man to know his way around a kitchen.
Thank you. However, carrying a cooking knife does come with its own problems.
Like what?
Well, for example, occasionally being mistaken for a criminal. I've been imprisoned numerous times because of it.
For such a perfect gentleman, you sure seem to wind up in jail a lot.
What's wrong, Lloyd?
Okay, this is between you and me. Promise you won't tell anyone?
Of course. What is it?
I just saw Paul's mother Lilia for the first time in a while, and there was just something about her.
Something? Like what?
Well, she just had that air of a full-grown woman. She's kind and ladylike, but she also gives off this warm, motherly vibe. It's sort of like how I feel about Professor Sage. I guess I just find older women attractive.
So, basically, Lilia's a mother and a wife, and you have a crush on her?
Quiet. This is just between us.
Hey, everybody! Lloyd just told me he's gonna have an affair with a married woman!
Lloyd, how could you?
You pervert! I can't believe I actually...
Lloyd, what's the meaning of this?
That is despicable.
Wow, not letting anything stand in the way of love. Way to go!
No, it's not like that. I swear it's not.
That was close.
Seriously, too close.
It's because you keep running into monsters without thinking.
You keep trying to fight instead of sticking to support.
Enough!
Huh?
You're both the problem. Listening? Good. Failing to properly estimate your opponent's strength will get you killed.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Good.
Hey, we're doing a pretty good job of adding monsters to our side.
You think so?
Let's keep it up.
Right.
It appears you've grown quite proficient at making pacts.
I hope so. Then again, there's not much to it.
You must always be wary of overconfidence. Pacts are a sacred ritual. For the monster, it means entrusting you with their very...
Another lecture. Tenebrae, you're back in full stuffy mode.
What was that? I say these things for Emil's own good, so he'll be prepared.
Okay, guys. We can't befriend monsters if we don't get along ourselves.
What a remarkable success!
Eesh, you startled me. What was that about?
Our success rate in forging pacts. It is undeniably on the rise lately.
Really?
This is due, no doubt, to the flawless advice I granted you on the subject.
No, not really.
It's thanks to me.
No way.
Come on, cheer up. You've just had a non-stop string of failed pacts, that's all. Don't let it get you down. Hey, nobody's perfect. Even great people slip up here and there. It's not surprising to see you fail. So if you just keep your chin up... What did I do? It's like the more I try to cheer him up, the more depressed he gets.
Emil, if I may.
I know. It's about me failing multiple packs in a row.
Yes, as I've told you before, when forging a pact, you must consider your familiarity with the target as well as its elemental affinity. The way you are making pacts now.
Okay. I'll do better next time, so stop bugging me.
Emil, I say these things only for your own good.
Okay.
One okay will suffice, thank you.
Okay.
Did I just walk into a family meeting?
Emil.
Lecture again?
Yes, that's right. It is pitiful. Anyone who fails this many packs in a row must truly be clumsy and foolish.
What are you crying for, Tenebrae? I'm the one who should be bawling my eyes out.
I beg you, if you have any compassion for me at all, please listen to my advice.
I know. I need to be more careful, right? Tenebrae, I'm sorry.
Emil, then you've finally taken my words to heart.
He's totally turned into Emil's father. Can't seem to catch anything.
Nope.
We were close that one time, though.
Yep.
Oh. Almost had that one. Perhaps this is the wrong spot. Or maybe it's the bait. No, I get the feeling the problem may lie with our aspiring angler here.
Would you shut up already? I'm trying to concentrate. I just can't catch anything. Wonder if it's the fishing pole.
The problem is your concentration.
Whoa! Don't just transform back on me like that.
Fishing is all about concentration. It is a battle of wits between the human and monster that can be won or lost in an instant. Attack, then retreat. Retreat and fight again. You must always maintain this delicate balance. The only way to do that is through rock-solid concentration.
So then, what am I supposed to do?
What?
You know, to improve my concentration.
Well, you could.
Yeah?
Do push-ups upon the snowy, frozen fields of Flanor. Sprint over the sandy dunes of Triot Desert with a 25-pound weight strapped to your back. Kneel in quiet meditation beneath the black moonless night.
Like I'm gonna do any of that stuff. Just hurry up and change into a fishing pole already.
So, Tenebrae, I've got something serious to talk to you about, and I don't want Emil to hear.
Lady Marta, what is it?
Do you think Emil's gotten tired of me? He never puts me in battles anymore.
This might be a good occasion to go on strike.
How can I go on strike when I'm not allowed to fight in the first place?
Yes, but you could go on a healing strike. No matter how grievous his injuries, you could refuse Emil first aid and withhold all of the gels.
But that would be cruel. Though I guess it's cruel he won't let me fight.
Indeed.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
That was quite a sigh. What's on your mind?
What's my purpose in the world? Why was I even born? I don't even know why I'm alive.
Rather hefty worries. Where did all this come from so suddenly?
It's just been so long since I've been allowed to fight in a battle.
I see. So that's the cause of your distress.
Always stuck playing second string. Maybe they just don't like me.
Wait, I know what you were born for.
Really?
You were born to be a bench warmer.
It's true. Nobody loves me. What's the matter, Tenebrae?
I'm not sure how to put this.
What is it?
It's just the monsters you befriended haven't been growing. How should I put it? As monsters, they're still immature. When I see you playing together with them, I'm reminded of a...
A daycare center?
Exactly.
Say, Emil, is it just me or does it feel like some really powerful creatures are following behind us?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
You know, lately monsters just don't seem to be attacking us much.
I'm guessing the monsters in our party are scaring them off.
They're way stronger than we are.
So, Lord Emil...
You've come to ask if I'm really gonna do this?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Tenebrae. I've made up my mind. I'm gonna take on the role of Ratatosk. I know that's not what you want to hear.
I will keep my promise to you. I am your centurion. Whatever you have decided, I will obey you to the end.
Thank you. What am I gonna do?
Are you referring to meeting Lady Marta in Asgard?
You make it sound so simple. I just know she's gonna chew me out as soon as she sees me.
I can see who wears the pants in this relationship.
This isn't a laughing matter. I'm so screwed. All right, Marta must be waiting for us. Let's head back to Asgard.
Right. Time to face the music.
On second thought, I'm not in such a hurry to get back. Is Richter really all that bad?
Are you listening to yourself? He's out to kill Ratatosk, and me in the process.
Yeah, I know, but...
What got you thinking about this anyway?
It's just, back at the Balacroft...
Lady Marta, it's awful. Your hair is in terrible disarray. It's sticking out every which way in the back.
What? Are you serious?
There, a little to the right. No, a little more to the left. Yes, a little higher. No, a bit lower.
Oh, I can't see. A mirror! Get me a mirror!
Emil, perhaps you'd better keep your whole Richter affair a secret.
Oh yeah, right. Sorry. I'm really worried.
Are you referring to Lady Marta waiting in Triet?
Yeah.
There were plenty of people waiting to have their fortunes told. We should have time.
It's not that. If she gets a bad fortune, I just know she's gonna grill the fortune teller with tons of questions. And even if her fortune's good, it's only gonna end up encouraging her.
Seems you've come to know Lady Marta quite well.
I've come to know that laugh of yours pretty well, too. Okay, I guess we shouldn't keep Marta waiting. Let's head back to Triet.
I can't wait to hear what fortune she got.
Don't remind me. The Balacroft Mausoleum and the Cumberto Caves. I think I was able to bridge the gap between Richter and me a little.
I wouldn't be so sure.
He did laugh a bit this time.
That was a surprise.
What sort of person do you think his friend is? You know, the one he talked about?
I was a bit shocked to hear he had any friends at all. His friend must have the patience of a saint. If I may say so, I believe you're that way as well.
I know I don't have any friends. You don't have to rub it in.
I meant to say that you have some saint-like qualities yourself. I'll never master your confounded human language.
Emil, you and Marta know this Richter person, right?
You know him too, Colette?
I think maybe we're friends?
What?
Well, my Crucius crystal, it's this pendant-looking thing I have. Anyway, he asked me to give it to him.
Now that you mention it, the Vanguard has been on the lookout for the Chosen. Maybe they need the Crucius crystals for some plan of theirs.
When I told him I couldn't give up something so important, he said he'd have to take it from me by force.
Did he threaten to kill you?
No, but that scared me, so I tried to get away. Except, I turned around and ran smack into the fence of a nearby house and broke it. The people who lived there were really angry. But Richter apologized with me and even paid them for the damages.
And?
He bid me farewell by saying he'd let me go this time, but he'd take my Crucius crystal the next time we met. And then he left.
Sounds more like a threat than a farewell.
I think Richter's a chosen maniac, so he's really into collecting their memorabilia. That must be why he wanted my Crucius crystal.
The spiritual tome and the spiritual apocrypha, do they both have the same kind of stuff written in them?
This book is about Spiritua. When the world was still split in two, she was the most famous of all the Tetha-Alan angels. I even heard Spiritua was once the chosen of Silverant. Is it true?
Yes?
History is not Emil's strong suit.
I'm sorry. I didn't study as much as I should have.
Well, it's not exactly essential for everyday life.
You know a lot about history and all sorts of other stuff. That's really cool.
That's all they ever let me do.
What do you mean?
I mean, forget it. It was meaningless research anyway.
So, Tenebrae, somewhere along the way I got all new clothes.
I see you finally noticed. I've been wondering when you would bring it up.
I noticed right away. Just never seemed like a good time to ask.
Along with the Sorcerer's Ring, those clothes are a symbol of your pact with Lord Ratatosk. It's vital that a Knight of Ratatosk present himself with a certain degree of elegance.
Right.
The outfit's fabric is prepared with a number of special incantations and hexes that make the garment waterproof, wrinkle-free, and mold-resistant. The design is meant to evoke Lord Ratatosk's fierce bravery and his subtle grace. The effect is mesmerizing.
Wait a sec. One other question.
Yes?
What happened to the clothes I was wearing before?
That is the darkness. I'm sorry. Forget I said anything.
The darkness is what? Hey, come on! And Flora's gonna skin me alive if I lose those clothes.
Only the darkness knows.
Hello everyone, you've reached the end of this video, but before we go for the day, I just want to give a quick shout out to all the tier 4 and above channel members. Phoenix Edgeworth, AkronX2, and Jello Cat. Thank you all for being awesome and supporting the channel. If you too would like to get a shout out at the end of each video and live stream, shout outs are available to all tier 4, 5, and 6 channel members. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you later. Bye!